to go racing here at the Big O. First up, the Middleport Mechanical Thunderstocks with their makeup event from 1 week ago. I want to welcome everyone live here in person and watching on our live stream at home. My name's Greg Kellman. Again, I'll be joined by Clinton Jeffrey here tonight as we get ready for last Friday night's Middleport Mechanical Thunderstock feature event. On the pole for this one, Jay Liverance in the 40. Alongside of him, the 93K, that'll be Mike Klazinga. Row number 2, the 46 of Kevin Pauls, into his outside, the 11 of Go Fast Teeple. Row number 3, the 1 of Chris Dickey, and the 24 Blake Bomberry Jr. Row 4, the 777X of Chase Hess, and the 37H, that'll be Rob Hoskins. Row number 5, the 23 of Trevor DeBoer and the 8 of Ryan Denning. Row 6 will be Ryan Beagle in the 84 RK and the 108 of Billy Bleach Jr. Row 7, Logan Schwedick in the 53 and the 49, the point leader Dave Bailey. Row number 8, the 25 of Ken Sargent, the 79 of Christopher Hale. Row 9, the 21X of Mark Bazan, the 38 of Frank Turkey Jr. Row number 10, the 63 of Brandon Crumbry and the 3C of Devin Bacher. Row 11, the 1J of Jason Fontaine, the 13 of Casey Huffman. Row number 12, Aaron Ritsky in the 4, the 26 of Mike Ferguson. Row 13, the 28 of Jim Lampman, the 2 of Lee Winger. Row 14, the 7 of Jason Longaro, the 108 of Steve Vanderzan as green comes out. Go Fast Teeple goes around in corner number 2. See if the 11 machine will be able to keep going.
Greg is stuck there up on the outside. Doesn't appear to be any life under the hood of the 11 car. He's going to hang it out here. We'll see what happens. We'll see if Teeple picks this one up or what the problem is on Go Fast Teeple in the 11 car.
So there we see the Beamsville Fish and Chips number 11 to Go Fast Teeple, and obviously not able to get things fired back up and rejoin the field. One lap was completed, though, as the field crossed the stripe before the caution flag came out. We do apologize to those at home listening. Apparently some issues there with Clinton's microphone, but we'll get that rectified here in a moment. I hear you loud and clear, but I think we're having problems on the live broadcast, Clint.
I'll keep talking to you guys. Beautiful night race. Welcome everybody. PINTY'S here tonight. Great fun. Important.
Yeah, you talk about PINTY'S and their support. I mean, last week, my dad and I went to the Ticats game, and they're huge supporters of the Ticats as well, big supporters of curling, so many different sports. And if you're a fan of racing or any sport, you got to support those who support it, and PINTY'S definitely a great brand to get behind. Yeah, exactly. Liverance and Klazinga lead them down into 1, but there's a hornet's nest in behind him, and here comes Chris Dickey in the 1. He'll slip to the inside of Liverance in 3.
No problems at the front. 3 of them tangled up. Denning keeping his foot in it, trying to get straight, and the carnage just keeps going. Oh, and it gets worse. We got them skidding all the way down, and this is going to be a big issue for some of these drivers. They've got another feature event to come tonight. And oh my goodness, Denning quickly out of the number 8 car. It does not look at here.
Well, you can see clear inside the 8 of Ryan Denning. The whole side panel ripped off the 8 machine. He ran over a bumper cover. I believe it was his own here at the front stretch, and the front of the car went way up in the air. Liverance is being told by race director Doug Leonard to head to the tail for causing that incident.
Well, the issue there is you get these guys all bungled up at the front, and then nobody's lifting, nobody's giving an inch, and then we end up with the problem we've got down there. And all kinds of parts all over there. Denning going to have a bit of a handful tonight. Their crew's going to have to get to work. As we mentioned, qualifying races coming up not too long from now For tonight's feature event, you don't want to go 2 features down in the point standings when you're already having a tough season.
Yeah, it's a critical night tonight, and especially with a guy like Dave Bailey, who's pulling away from the field right now, trying to make it 3 seasons in a row as the champ. You don't want to get him out too far. Now, he could have the exact same thing happen to him, though, here tonight with issues and end up having a bad points night.
So much can happen here. I know when it comes to double features, it's the last thing the drivers get excited about, because if you have a problem like this, your season can quickly fall to the dark side. Now, Denning and the crew, they've got a great batch. I would not count them out yet, but we'll wait and see what happens with the Denning number 8 as he gets ready to tow his boatload of parts back to the pit area.
And Ryan Denning already having a frustrating year by his standards, always one of the most dominant drivers in this division. He was outside of the top 10 coming into tonight. Now we see him getting put on the hook and a clear view right inside his race car as Clinton Jeffries right down there with Ryan Denning. And Dave Bailey was involved in this, I believe, as I don't see him on the track. I'm trying to keep an eye on him through the replay. He wasn't tangled up in this.
Ryan Denning down here. Ryan, obviously dejected. What's the scoop here? Can you get it back?
I don't know. That's not the way we wanted the night go. We'll go thrash on it and see what happens. We got a whole autograph session too to try to get it fixed, so we'll see what happens.
I appreciate Ryan's class in this situation. He was not happy when I rolled up on him. There you have it from Ryan Denning, one of the veterans here, one of the better guys in this division. We'll see if their crew can get it back together. He said, I don't know. One thing I know for sure, we aren't going to have a bumper on if we do come back. So we'll see what happens.
Well, there's Dave Bailey. He makes his way back out of the pit area. And watching the replay, I didn't see him get involved in getting tangled up, but he may have run over debris or had problems on that first lap and decided, you know what, let's just bring it in. He was tucked in behind Chase Hess, kind of followed him along the wall, and they both did a nice job to get through the mess.
So now this opens up for a guy like Dickey, who hasn't exactly had the best season. And Blake Bomberry's been running good since he got that fuel pump or fuel filter situation figured out. Last week he was commenting on Facebook. That's why Facebook's so cool. We can watch these guys' stories. Blake said went from 8th to win the heat last week. Watch what happens here. That was qualifying for this race. See what he's got.
Here they go, back down into corner number 1 with Dickey and Bomberry leaning on each other through the corner. Now Devin Bacher will go around in corner 1, but he'll keep the foot in the throttle and we stay green.
Around here, off of turn number 4, Chris Dickey with the lead in the number 1. Blake Bomberry trying to take it away from him, though, as they two string it out single file. But here comes DeBoer on the bottom.
Yeah, DeBoer in that 3rd spot. Billy Bleach really doing a nice job, too. He's up there into the 5th spot, working to the inside of the 777X of Chase Hess. They go door to door through corner 4. Meanwhile, same situation at the front between Dickey and Bomberry.
This could be anybody's race, and now Hale gets under the back of the 37 of Hoskins and shoves him up the backside. And here they go back to turn number 3. Chris Dickey in the Strickland's number 1, still leading out front.
It's been a wild start to this one. The moon was pretty bright last night. I don't know if we're calling for a full one here tonight, but the way these guys are going at it for being the first of 2 features could be an interesting night here at the Big O.
And now DeBoer on the inside, taking a look under the 1 of Dickey. Bomberry still there, and Billy Bleach Jr. running in the 4 spot. Chase Hess there in the 777X. Behind them, Hoskins looks like he might have a tire down. Slow and wiggling on the outside in the 37.
Yeah, Christopher Hale got up into him. They both soldier on and go down the backstretch. Hale moving forward, so he seems all right. At the front now, though, a challenge for the lead. Here comes Trevor DeBoer to the inside of Chris Dickey.
Bit of tail wagging at the back there with Crumby and Lampman getting together. Not sure if that might have cut down a tire on one of those cars, but up front, still Dickey scrambling to grab the lead and hold on to it here in car number 1.
Dickey out in front, DeBoer in 2nd, Bomberry 3rd, Bleach right now running 4th, and Christopher Hale's done a really good job to get himself up inside the top 5.
Hale has run a lot of different tracks this year and picked up his game quite a bit. Look at Mark Wazine trying to work to the inside of the Hess 777X. They're almost 4 wide there as Bailey, Hoskins, Hess, and Wazine all going at it. And up front, DeBoer looking for a piece of the lead.
Here he comes on the bottom. Dickey on the outside. DeBoer on the inside as they go into corner number 1. Camaro versus the Monte Carlo. Door-to-door through 2. DeBoer gets a little sideways in 2, but he manages to stay pace with the 1.
Off of turn 4, still wheel to wheel. They stay beside each other, and here comes Billy Bleach. Looking to steal one away from both of them, running the outside line. Lampman slow, looks like he shredded a tire. Rubber falling out of the back of the 28 as the leaders bear down on him in the back straightaway.
Dickey noses ahead. DeBoer there in second, but here comes Bleach. He's around the outside of DeBoer. Started back in the 12th spot, and here he is challenging the top 2. Black flag out for Jim Lampman.
Now you can't race with a flat tire on the bottom. Zach Bleach here slow in the 108, just ahead of the leader. Still Chris Dickey leading the pack here. Trevor DeBoer waiting to pounce. Bleach is going to make that high side work before this one is out, I'm sure of it. Hale and Bomberry around the top 5, but here comes Brewster, Greg.
Yeah, 3-car battle back there behind the top 3. They're going at it for 4th, 5th, and 6th. Hale, Bomberry, and Bailey. Bailey has really done a lot of work to get back up here in contention. Remember, he restarted back in last on that first caution.
Still, who's it going to be? Now a 3-car battle shaping up. They're all right there. Dickey, DeBoer, and Billy Bleach Jr. working their way here onto the back chute.
Here they go around the lap car of Casey Huffman with Dickey leading the way. Bleach now noses ahead for the 2nd spot, but DeBoer not going away. DeBoer going to get blocked behind Huffman. He'll run up alongside Bleach. Bleach taps the back end of the 1 of Dickey and tries to get the run on the outside.
Looking for that outside. I told you it was going to work. And he takes it to the top side again. Here comes Trevor DeBoer working back to the inside once more time, but Bleach like a sprint car up around the outside.
He's got it all wound up top. Here he is. He's gotten by DeBoer. Now he'll try it again in corner 1 on the high side, to the outside of Dickey. Dickey, though, holding his own in that middle lane, and he's held off both charges from DeBoer and Bleach.
Problem for Ryan Beagle, slow down the front straightaway, but it's still a 3-car battle for the lead. Dickey slides up. Bleach gonna put it in the middle now. Coming down through the inside. Cannot find the gap as they close it up. Bill Bleach back to the outside now with just 4 to go.
While these 3 duke it out for the win, 4th and 5th have caught the top 3. And now the caution flag comes out, and that will bunch up the entire field. Debris on the top side of the track.
Well, we've got debris in turn 2 and the outside of turn 4.
And a big chunk of something down here in the front stretch, but I can't tell if that's just mud or
I
tire.
think it's rubber. I see
rubber? Yeah.
chunks of rubber all around. So, flat left rear.
And that Jim Lampman tire, when that went, it wasn't just flat by the time he got to the front stretch, Clint. It was completely shredded. So I think that's probably part of what we're seeing.
Well,
is what Jim dumped, and then also from this last situation.
The other situation here is Blake Bomberry has a flat left rear tire. He was just told on the one-way radio, you cannot race with a flat tire. So Bomberry is going to see his 6th place run fade away here as Kyle McKenzie drops the black hammer down there on the 24. Blake Bomberry, his bad luck continues. Just a note, we are going to hold Victory Lane till the 2nd street stock feature to keep hustling. Sorry, Big Dale. Going to try and keep the program rolling along. We do have an intermission session still to come.
So it's Chris Dickey, Trevor DeBoer, and Billy Bleach, your top 3. Christopher Hale up there in 4th, and Dave Bailey, the point leader, has worked his way into the top 5. And again, that 24 Blake Bomberry Jr. being told to go to the pit area. So that would put Mark Bazine up to the 6th spot. 7th, Rob Hoskins. 8th, Jason Lungaro. 9th, Logan Schwedick. And 10th right now would be Chase Hess in the 777X. So again, the officials displaying the black flag to Blake Bomberry, and here he goes now to the pit area. Would have had a lot of time to get that tire changed, but deciding just now to get to the pit area. But of course, at times, the receiver not being heard either.
Well, I mean, they try not to talk too much when we're under green. Some of the other tracks talk to these drivers all the way around, even while they're racing. Doug's got the habit, and I like his habit, which is to not disturb the drivers. Once he says green, pretty much the next word out of his mouth is caution, so they hear anything, they know they can start to lift. Just want to quick mention, 50-50, we're going to guarantee a $750 take home tonight, guaranteed $750 We're right now at $350, guaranteed $750 minimum tonight. Tickets can be bought by the folks walking around the grandstands. They got pink shirts. Hey, 50-50 ticket sellers, put your hands up high for me right now so everybody can see you. There they are, all down in front of the grandstands. If you're in the pit area, we've also got our 50-50 souvenir trailer. Go over and see that. Here we go, Greg, off of turn 4. Chris Dickey bringing us back to life again. Only 4 laps to go.
He mats the gas, and that Chevrolet Monte Carlo leads him down into corner 1. DeBoer now, for the first time, looks to the outside of Dickey. Gets a run. That opens the bottom for Bleach.
Wow, Chris Dickey just saw his race get hoodwinked here as one went high, one went low, and they switched it up on him. Bomberry back out with a flat left rear and going to make the lead lap, which is awesome work by the crew. And Trevor DeBoer, the new leader, with 3 to go. But here comes Dave Bailey up on the outside.
Where did he come from? All of a sudden, Dave Bailey now into the top 3. He'll keep the momentum going into the high side of 3, but Bleach on his inside. Oh, Mark Bazine got a little high up in 3. He'll lose a couple of spots there.
DeBoer on the move here, running through the middle. Here comes Bailey right up the back bumper with a good head of steam. Chris Dickey not ready to give up this race either. We got 1.5 laps to go, or 2 to go, sorry. It's going to be a good one.
White flag this time by for Trevor DeBoer. Already in the mini stocks, we've seen Dusty and Tim DeBoer get their first career wins. Can Trevor DeBoer get it done here tonight?
Here he comes down the back straightaway, looking pretty good. He's got a 3-car length advantage. Off to 3 they go. Here he comes off of 4. Can he get it done?
Off the 4th corner, the champ breathing down his neck. Double checkers out. Trevor DeBoer gets the win on the Mert Timpson Auto number 23. At the line, over Dave Bailey, Chris Dickey, Billy Bleach, and Christopher Hale will complete the top 5. And look at that, the champ down to the inside of Trevor DeBoer, congratulating him on the win here tonight in the Middleport Mechanical Thunderstock Division.
First time winner here. That's why Doug Leonard said we got to do this one. Both the brothers have won, and he got it done here. Chris Dickey coming by to congratulate them. How about it? Trevor DeBoer gets it done here tonight. And he's running over to climb the fence. How about it, ladies and gentlemen, for Mr. DeBoer? Trevor DeBoer here in Victory Lane. We'll get a quick word with him, and we'll keep things hustling along. Well, Trevor, been a pretty good season for you so far. I mean, this one's a long time coming, but let's talk about it. Both the brothers got one. You were the left out guy. Tonight is your night. You got to be pretty happy with that.
Oh, that was awesome. I don't know what to say, but the car just felt awesome, and it was cool that my brothers each got one, and a week in between, and I got one too.
Awesome run. How's this track going to hold up tonight?
I think it feels like it's going to keep the moisture pretty good. I don't think it's going to be very dusty tonight. There's a couple little ruts starting, but it's in great shape.
Who do you want to thank?
I'd like to thank my wife and kids for helping me out and letting me do this every week. Mert Timpson Auto Service and Caledonia Auto Supply, and my dad and Dave and everybody else that gives me tips and stuff.
Awesome. There it is. How about it, folks? Trevor DeBoer getting it done. Dave, Trevor's one of your buds. Is that cool to see?
That's awesome to see. Everybody always bugs me about, are you going to let him win one? Are you going to let him win one? I promise you I didn't let him win that. I was trying to beat him, and he earned that.
Talk about your drive, getting in the early jingle and come back through. That's a solid run for this car.
Yeah, we got some American buddies. I seen Corey Sawyer back there changing a tire when we were coming in, so those guys are off, and my regular guys back there helped me get it back out and just kind of rip the top. It's pretty choppy, and a bunch of guys losing tires, but just got to put more air in them.
There you have it from Dave Bailey. We get over here and talk to Chris Dickey, our third place runner. Chris, tonight looked like it might have been the start of your turnaround. Solid run there. You were definitely in this battle. That's got to be something to smile about.
Yeah, it was good. It was the best this car's run since we got it. And I got to thank all my sponsors, Strickland's. These guys are big supporters of the track. They helped me out huge. All my crew. Never give up. It was great. And congratulations to Trevor and Dave. Super clean race.
There you have it, Chris Dickey. How about it for our top three? Trevor DeBoer, Dave Bailey, and Chris Dickey. They've got a lot of work to do. Still qualifying, and a full feature to come for them tonight. We'll get rolling again with the next division coming up right now.
Up first will be the Strickland GMC Crate Sprint Car Division with their qualifying heats, 3 in total here tonight. Congratulations to Trevor DeBoer picking up that first feature win. Always good to see first-time winners, and the DeBoer family getting it all done this year with Dusty DeBoer, Tim DeBoer, both getting mini stock wins earlier on this year. So a lot of happy faces in the DeBoer camp after tonight. There you can see the Strickland GMC Crate Sprint Car Division getting pushed off over on the warm-up track. Busy weekend for them again tonight, regular program here tonight, and then they go to the Merrittville Speedway tomorrow night for the Action Sprint Tours. That resumes after about a month off. So again, last week's mini stock feature, that will be run next Friday night. And then in a couple of weeks' time will be the makeup event for these crate sprint cars. So try and spread things out as not to prolong the evening's race card too long. And now we're ready to get going with our regularly scheduled PINTY'S Delicious Foods night. And the first of 3 qualifying heats for the Strickland GMC Crate Sprint Car Division. Lining up on the pole for heat number 1 out of Waterford, the Renway Energy Aero Express Late Shock Technology number 12 will be Brad Heron. On his outside of the 8MK, it's Matt Hill out of Ohsweken. Starting third out of Brantford, the Massage Pro Detmer Tire Gales Auto Aftermarket 49L is Lucas Smith. And going from 4th out of Binbrook, the Chasten Float Service Mounts Garage, Heinz Masonry, number 29 of Liam Martin. Starting in 5th out of Ancaster, the 51 of Trevor Young, and alongside him going from 6th out of Rockwood, the Radio Shuttle Neely Auto, number 74, that's Rob Neely. Starting in 7th out of Hagersville, the Iroquois Hereford Farms, ITE Rentals, Bickles Hardware, number 49H, that's Jerry Hill. And starting in 8th out of Vanessa, the Lucas Oil, Oakwood Transport, Fast Track Performance 4, the Hurricane, Hannah Farrell. And starting at 9th out of Brantford, the Woodstock Ford, McDonald's Paris and Brantford, number 9 is Paul Ballantyne. And going from the 10th and final spot out of Fawn Hill, the First Choice Haircutters, Weinman Limited, Pleasant View Memorial 08 is Stephen Beckett. 10 cars. Top 6 will transfer through tonight's qualifying heats as Brad Heron, Matt Hill will bring us to the green flag.
Brad Heron gets on the gas and he will drive away from Matt Hill a little bit. They take it to the inside of turn 1. Liam Martin working around the outside of Matt Hill.
Martin to the 2nd spot, Hill back to 3rd, and then there is a big pack of cars behind them. Lucas Smith, Hannah Farrell, Trevor Young, all in the mix.
Heron got them covered so far in the early going. Side by side go Matt Hill and Liam Martin. Hannah Farrell got loose there out of 2 and gathers it back up. Young could not quite get around her just yet.
Brad Heron checking out in front, and here comes the youngster Liam Martin trying to chase him down. 1 career feature win for the driver to Binbrook. He's up there in 2nd.
Behind them, a good crew behind in the back, still trying to find their way through. So it'll be Brad Heron, Liam Martin, Matt Hill, the top 3. Then a battle between Lucas Smith and Hannah Farrell. Look at how flat Lucas Smith has got that wing, Greg. Is it dropping down or do you got it set up like that?
No, actually he started the race like that, so an interesting setup for Lucas Smith. That one very flat, but it's allowing him to hold on to 4th place right now. But like you said, Hannah Farrell charging quick.
Hannah's had an up and down race here, had some struggles with the handling, got it gathered back up. Here we go. Off of 4. Still, it is the 12 of Heron with 5 on the board.
Here comes Farrell working around the outside of Lucas Smith. He had a handful of car in corner 4 last time. Farrell will move by him into the 4th spot.
Looking for passing points so they can get in the redraw and get a good starting position for tonight's race. It's a calculation from where you start to where you finish, and they slot them in by that as they come off of 4. Brad Herron with one of the strongest runs he's had so far for the Stiers Brothers Racing Team.
Here's the challenge for the 2nd spot as Matt Hill looks low on Liam Martin. And right now, Hannah Farrell's going to gain a ton of points as well. She's worked her way to 4th.
Good run for Hannah Farrell. Lucas Smith holding on to 5th. Solid run for Trevor Young back there in 6th. That's how that one will wrap up. Good solid run for Brad Herron though, Greg.
Yeah, really good for Brad Herron. I think he really wanted that just to get something solid in place. And Brad comes home with a heat race win. And you talk about passing points. Hannah Farrell, she, I would have to say, gained the most in that one. Started in 8th and worked her way up into the 4th spot. So good run by the Hurricane Hannah Farrell to drive home in the 4th spot. So first qualifying heat in the books. Qualifying heat number 2 set to go over in the warm-up track. Caleb Wood's going to line up on the pole for this one. He's out of London in the Pinewood Horticulture Services BS&B Radiators number 7. Alongside of the 2nd starting spot out of Hamilton, the Ace 1 Construction Aiken Motors Burger Barn 56, that is Derek Lemaire. Starting in 3rd out of Niagara Falls in the Pro Battery Shops Landmark Home Solutions, the Meat Shop number 70, that'll be Bailey Hurd. And going from 4th out of Ohsweken, the Canada Fuels Nitro 54 Variety 9C, that is Brian Nanakoke. Starting in 5th out of Windsor, the Jeff's Roofing Bateman Trucking Quality Automotive 24, that's Jeff Newham. And going from 6th out of Ohsweken, the Case IH Rochester Nighthawks Aero Express 68 is Aaron Turkey. Starting in 7th out of Scotland, the Ackland Insurance Tate's Automotive Car Star Total Rentals number 87X is Sean Evans. And going from 8th out of Beamsville, the Schneider Electric J&E Recovery Lucas Oil Brian's Tire Repair 1A of Paul Klager. And going from the 9th spot out of Union, the Wilson's Used Cars Montana's Barbecue Skyjack 6M is Eric McGlone. So again, top 6 will transfer to tonight's feature event. The rest will go to the B main. Eight laps the distance. Heat race number 2 for the Strickland GMC Crate Sprint Car Division. Caleb Wood, Derek Lemaire on the front row. Kyle McKenzie atop the flag stand, ready to unfurl the green flag and get us going. 2nd heat race underway. Down the backstretch, Caleb Wood leads over Derek Lemaire, Brian Nanakoke, and Bailey Hurd.
Caleb Wood with the advantage, but there's an issue with this transponder not showing up, and by the virtue of the rules, he doesn't need to be scored, so we'll see how that one works out here as they bring it onto the back straightaway.
He got all sorts of sideways in corner 2. Aaron Turkey manages to get by safely out in front. It's Caleb Wood, who had a great run last week. If I'm not mistaken, got his first heat race win.
Looking good out front with this one. Nanakoke slips up the banking in turn 2, and he will gather it back up. Lemaire running good for the Burger Barn team.
Across the stripe goes Caleb Wood with Derek Lemaire, Brian Nanakoke in tow. Those are your top 3. Then it's Aaron Turkey, Bailey Hurd, and Paul Klager, the 6 transfer positions.
Turkey make a move on the inside here of Nanakoke, and Klager way up on the outside of turn 3. He'll give up at least 1 spot to Sean Evans.
Sean Evans trying to work his way into a transfer position. Remember, he comes into tonight top 3 in points. He wants to keep in the points battle. Across the stripe another time. 3 on the board. 5 to go for Caleb Wood, who's impressively pulling away. Side by side for 2nd, Aaron Turkey to the inside of Derek Lemaire. Lemaire around the outside, holds on to second, but Turkey been very smooth on the bottom and very uncharacteristic for Turkey. He usually runs that Glenn Stiers line.
Yeah, a little bit smoother on the inside right now, and he knows Lemaire's another high-sider. So like Adam Ross would say, go where they're not. You know Lemaire's going to be up there. Why elbow it up with him for that same bit of reality when you go to the inside?
Checkers coming out. Caleb Wood for the second week in a row will pick up the heat race win at the line. Aaron Turkey grabs second over Derek Lemaire. Brian Nanico crosses the line in fourth, and it's Bailey Hurd. Sean Evans and Bailey Hurd, the top six. So Eric McGlone, Paul Clagger, Jeff Newham will all go to the B main tonight. Caleb Woods, second week in a row, grabs a heat race win. And that will roll up the third and final qualifying heat for the Strickland GMC Crate Sprint Car Division. Al Gilletta Jr. will start on the pole. He's out of St. Catharines in the Gilletta Flooring Services. Mike Knapp Ford, Hainers Tire Service 22 Jr. Going off second out of Six Nations, 69, that'll be Josh Hill. Starting in third, he's the current point leader out of St. Thomas, the best safety training and consulting. Magnum Signs, D&D Towing, Wells Foundry 52 is Jesse Costa. And lining up in fourth out of Delhi, the Aero Express and Meals Farm Equipment, Case IH Tractor. Epic Racewear, Three Bridges Automotive, number one of Holly Porter. Starting in fifth out of Ohsweken, the Ohsweken Speedway Epic Racewear 38, that's Derek Miller. And lining up in the sixth spot out of Beachville in the Wild Printing, DeGroote Hill Chevrolet, Weatherskins Castrol Edge, Advantage Powder Coating number 5-star, that is DJ Christie. Starting at seventh out of Beamsville, and the J&E Recovery, Superior Petrol Fuels, Ace Alignment 88H, it's Josh Hansen. And going from the eighth and final position as well in the J&J Auto Racing 3B of Blaine Barrow. 8 cars, 8 laps, 6 more to transfer. And one car I missed in the lineup. I want to apologize there. Out of Port Colborne, the 5D, the Gators, the Lakeshore Gators 5D, Tim's Lawn Care Machine. That is Jacob Dykstra, who lines up in that sixth spot outside of the third row. Green is out. We're underway in the third and final qualifying heat for the Strickland GMC Great Sprint Cars.
Alan Gilletta Jr. grabs the lead here onto the back straightaway. They go right up around the outside comes Holly Porter working that outside lane. She's another one who likes the bottom of using the outside now.
Here she goes to the point, gets by Gilletta and Hill into the top position, and look at Jacob Dykstra as well. That feature win does nothing but create confidence, but now he gets high into it, opens the door for Christie and Costa.
Well, Gilletta got a little bit loose there, and Dykstra had to take evasive action. Now he's just kind of got to get back in the seat and get that rhythm going again. And he will work his way around Gilletta this time in 1 and 2 and try and drive after Jesse Costa, who's been oh so strong this year.
Yeah, leading the points both in this division and with the Action Sprint Tour, so a big weekend for him in that 52.
Down the back straightaway goes Holly Porter with the run. Good line for her. Looking smooth up on the high line. Josh Hill running in second. Great run for him and the rookie.
Porter, your leader. Josh Hill second. DJ Christie third. Jesse Costa fourth, fifth. Jacob Dykstra and Al Gilletta Jr. right now has that final transfer spot in the 22 junior.
Holly Porter knocking these laps down quickly here. This will put 5 on the counter with 3 to go as 3 of them dicing up for position 3 there. Dykstra to the inside of DJ Christie. 2 of the young guns going at it.
2 to go, says Kyle McKenzie atop the flag stand as Porter stretches her advantage in the battle to watch for third. Dykstra to the inside. He'll bring Costa in behind as they both trying to get behind DJ Christie.
A little bit of a junior slide job battle going on here in the crates. It's 2 16-year-olds pulling out the battle guns and going at each other. Dykstra will grab the spot in third as the white flag comes out. Holly Porter already on the back straightaway.
And I'll tell you what, the battle for the final transfer spot just changed hands. Blaine Barrow slips by Gilletta. Here out of corner 4 is the checkered flag for Porter. Hill will cross the line in second. Third will be Dykstra. Fourth Costa. Fifth Christie. Now can Derek Miller swing around the outside for the final transfer spot. No, Blaine Barrow grabs it at the line. And just proof, Clint, you got to watch all aspects of every qualifying heat in these crate sprint car heat races.
Amazing racing out there by the crate sprints here tonight so far. Mini stock qualifying race 1 coming onto the Speedway now.
Brought to you by HRW Automotive. Daniel McKay will start on the pole. He's out of Thorold, the home hardware St. Catharines 13M. On his outside in the 177, that'll be Tim Jamieson, the Custom Moccasins machine. He's out of Ohsweken. Starting inside row number 2, the 11E, that'll be Jeff Elslager, and his outside in the Action Hand Car Wash Minuteman Press number 05 is Dave Goodacre out of Brantford. Starting inside row number 3, the 188, that is Paul Longboat in the Gales Auto Aftermarket machine. And his outside is the pinball, Mike Giberson in car number 11. He's out of Caledonia. Back in row number 4, the 6 machine out of Brantford, the Broker Link Insurance number 6, that is Jason Dixon. And lining up to his outside will be the 16J out of Hamilton, Jeremy May. In the summertime spray foam insulation, Tim's Tires, Keeping Busy Designs, 16J machine. And starting in the final row in car number 4, it'll be Wade Thorne out of Waterford, the Springview Farm Golf Club, APC Simcoe and Port Dover machine. One car not making the call, and I believe it's Tim Jamieson in the 177, who didn't make the call last week in his qualifying heat either.
That just came on my radio. Holly Porter, Top Gun for the GMC Strickland crates. Congrats, Holly. Here we come around turns 1 and 2. And Daniel McKay will lead them onto the back straightaway for the first time.
And again, that's Jeff Elslager in the 11. That's the Teeple machine that we've seen Go Fast Teeple in the past. But Jeff had a crash a couple of weeks ago, wrecked his car, and unfortunately picked up a ride in this machine, handily already numbered with his traditional number 11.
Oh, and he gets into the back of Longboat there a little bit in turn 1 and 2. Gets off the gas, and they both gather it back up, which is a good bit of sportsmanship. Here comes Jason Dixon. Remember, about a month ago, he flipped that car right about there.
And here he comes on the outside of Elslager as they work off a 4. Whoa, Elslager trying to gather up the back end of that Mustang. Dixon drives clear of him into 3rd.
Down the back chute comes Daniel McKay in the 13. Longboat still running in the 2nd spot. Dixon has migrated his way up into 3rd position here as they stay pretty close into 3 and 4 here after 2.5.
Here comes Daniel McKay leading over Longboat across the stripe. Cross flags are up. Dixon back there in 3rd, and side by side for 4th as Wade Thorne's done a nice job coming from the back. He's up into the top 4.
Jeremy May working the inside of the Elsinger, number 11 here, but up front, Longboat trying to take this one away from the 13 of McKay with a straighter run. He might be able to do it here. You got a front-wheel drive. I think that's a Neon versus a rear-wheel drive Mustang.
Yeah, it's McKay holding on, Longboat in 2nd, and it's Dixon and Thorne by themselves for 3rd and 4th, and that battle between the 11 and 16J. Elslager in the 11, and the 16J of May, that's the transfer spot. Only one of those two would get in. Top 5 make it to the A main.
You know, Longboat was one of the bomber drivers who we thought we might lose when we dropped the division. They were the first ones to buy a car and join the mini stocks. Daniel McKay slow down the back straightaway.
He's got to hold on for a half a lap. He's got the transfer spot right now, but he cannot let 2 cars go by. Checkered coming out. Paul Longboat will get the win. Wade Thorne 2nd. Jason Dixon 3rd. 4th, Daniel McKay. 5th, Jeff Elslager. He'll be the final to transfer. And then it'll be Jeremy May, along with the pinball, Mike Giberson and Dave Goodacre, going to the B main here tonight. Second qualifying heat coming out for the HRW Automotive Mini Stocks, lining up on the pole at car number 96 out of Hamilton, the R&B Sprinklers machine, that is Brian Crosgrove, and his outside out of Dundas in the 69, the Evergreen Landscape, Cal Tire Fireball 5 lettering 69, is Rob Twitchett. Inside of row number 2 in the 54 out of Stratford, the Bellcamp Manufacturing, Gales Auto Aftermarket Ford, that is Christopher French. And lining up in the 4th starting position in car number 1, it'll be Jason Tolton out of Guelph in the Amsoil machine. Row number 3 will be the 21 of Jonathan Ayrton. Jonathan hails from Dundas in the Doterra Paradise Subs Miller Shoes 21. And on his outside will be the 26 of Tim Newell out of Hagersville, the Tim's Tire machine. Row number 4, the 88 of Aiden Nye Aiden's out of Simcoe in the Adkins Financial, Simcoe Dairy Queen, Scott's Auto Body 88, and Dave Crumby out of the 63 will start in the 8th position. Dave is out of Beaton in the Amsoil, California Dave's Mustang, and Mike Cirentakos also aboard a Mustang, the 6X. The Lampman Salvage Machine will start in 9th. So 5 more cars to transfer after 6 laps here in this second qualifying heat for the HRW Automotive Mini Stocks.
Wow, slow on the make as they come back to it. It'll be Twitchett up on the top side, trying to get the run out front of Tolton. Brian Crosgrove holding the bottom line here in the 96.
So it's Twitchett, your leader, on that outside line, and he's been doing a better job. Had a couple of times where he struggled with the handling, but Twitchett out in front, pulling away from Brian Crosgrove.
Here comes Jonathan Ayrton looking to the inside, the number 21 car, working down to the bottom under the 96 of Brian Crossgrove. Tolton still trying to hold a good line up on the top side. And here comes Ayrton to the bottom of the 21.
Ayrton charging of the inside of Brian Crosgrove. Crosgrove drifts up and he kind of blocks the progress of Jason Tolton in the one. Tolton had to back out of it. He's holding on to 4th, but in danger of losing a transfer spot.
And they all pile in under a blanket in turns 1 and 2. Rob Twitchett and Ayrton squared away. Dave Crumby trying to get away from the pack with Crosgrove as well. As they come off of 3 and 4, it'll be Twitchett with the run. 54, French with trouble on the outside.
I think he may have a right front tire down on that machine. Christopher French slow off of corner 4. He'll coast that one into the pit area. Yeah, right front flat. As we have a battle for the lead, Crumby will go by Twitchett.
Crumby has cruised on through. There you see debris on the top of turn number 1. Someone's sheet metal all crumpled up there. And Matty Teese and the safety crew over to pick it up quickly. And there it is right there in turn 1. A big chunk of metal. Matty would just reach down and pick it up. That's why we got guys with long legs here, Greg. Or long arms. He can just reach down and pull it up without even having to get out.
Well, Clint, how many weeks is Adam talking about pizza in the tower? We had some fans bring up a pizza tonight. Adam's not here.
Don't tell me that.
Thank you, Adam.
Are you serious?
Yes, Darren and I are enjoying a pizza up here.
Well, don't tell Adam, but I paid for the pizza this week just to make him mad. No, I didn't. Whoever brought the guys pizza, thank you so much. That's so cool. It's so cool that you got pizza, and so cool that Adam didn't get none.
Awesome.
I just want to say, I had a gentleman named Mel. Mel was wearing a Team Turner Racing shirt today. He grabbed me up front. He said, I get the live stream. Because I was against live stream, but I get it. He said, all these sponsors here are getting way more value for their buck now than they ever would. And I firmly believe in it. Glenn believes in it. And I know all the people at home. And everywhere we go, Greg, we hear nothing but great things about being able to provide the live stream. And the big thing about it, lots of people would be here. It's not a choice of staying home. It's your job keeps you away, or your mom's sick in the hospital, whatever. You can't be here with us. At least you're part of the show, and we love that.
We got a number of people talking to me and mentioning, hey, you guys are doing an awesome job, and it's nice to hear, but it's cool just that people are paying attention, not just on race night, but it's through the week. Those that are racing get to watch the rest of the program as well, and that's a nice addition to be able to do that, go back and watch.
Absolutely, and that was the other thing Mel said. He said, I don't have much use for announcers, but Adam and Greg are hilarious. And even the folks from Victory Games, the casino that were here a week ago, they said they couldn't believe you guys should have a 4-hour sitcom on your own. So that's a great compliment for us. We love what you and Adam do. We'll definitely miss Adam tonight. He'll be away 1 or 2 more times this year. Here we go. Green flag is out. Unfortunately, you stuck with me tonight, Greg, and we're on it. Dave Crumby to the bottom, but Twitchett will lead them off to 1 and 2.
I need counseling after 4 hours of comedy sitcom with Adam Ross. Here they go. 4. Well, they have 4 wide. That wouldn't get Adam excited. He requires 5, but they are 3 wide now back there in that transfer position, and Jason Tolton gets down into 9. 9 gets sideways.
Newell had problems there in the back too, and now Tolton fading. That's a tough break for him. Twitchett got to bring this one around for a couple more with Crumby sniffing up the inside in the 63 car.
Yeah, Tim Newell really struggling here tonight in that 26. Remember, his primary car damaged a couple of weeks ago, and he's got the old car out there, but really struggling with the handling. Out in front, great battle out there with Crumby and Twitchett going at it.
Crumby with the advantage, Twitchett up on the top side. Cirentakos up in 4th now in that 6X, trying to catch the back end of the 21 of Ayrton. Tolton back in the mix now. He drives underneath Crossgrove for spot number 5.
across the stripe. Checkers coming out. Dave Crumby will get the win. Rob Twitch at second. Jonathan Ayrton third. Mike Sarantakos fourth. And Jason Tolton comes home in the 5th spot. And then 6th at the line will be the 96 of Brian Crosgrove, who goes up to Jason Tolton and gave him a wave, is what we'll say. As we get ready for the 3rd qualifying heat for the HRW Automotive Mini Stocks. Oh, Adam's listening or is watching
I saw
from the
that.
hotel. There's pizza? Yes, there is pizza, Adam. Martin Schroeder's going to line up on the pole for this 3rd qualifying heat. He's out of Beachville in the Woodstock Nissan number 60. On the outside, the 93, that is Andy Reichman. Andy out of Brantford. In the Adam Hallett Home Improvements number 93. Row number 2, the 16 of Fabio Oliveri. And the Gaylor Equipment Kubota number 16. And on his outside, the 11P, that'll be Patrick Abramson. In the AXYZ 11P, he is out of Dundas. Starting in the 5th spot in the Gibbs Action Sports, Leggett Chevrolet 01, that is Tristan De Silva. And Sean F. Toddy, cheeseburger there in the 15 machine. He's out of Welland in the Savona Services Hollow Maple Farms number 15. Inside of that X row tied for the point lead, the 32, the Instapanels ride, that is Jillian Hills. And then on the outside, Kyle Wirt in car number 19 out of Ancaster, the Brassey's Pubs machine. And Steve Miller back there in the 79 out of Paris, Ontario.
Field tightens up here as they come to green. Look at Jillian Hills, shot out of a cannon down the inside to 32. Wheels up along the inside to the bottom.
Side by side, Reichman and Schroeder go at it, door to door into corner 3. Look at Jillian Hills, she's already up to 3rd, and she started back in the 7th spot, challenging for the lead off of 4.
As they bring this one back to turn 1, Reichman with the shot up front, good line, sliding it up to the top side. Here could Patrick Abramson trying to work around the outside, but it's all Jillian Hills in this one.
Andy Reichman would like that last corner 2 attempt over as he really drifted high. He'll do it again, and here comes Jillian Hills. Cool, calm, collected on the bottom sideline. She's brought Fabio Oliveri from the back end of the field as well, up to 3rd.
Reichman up to the top side again. Jillian Hills running through the middle here, trying to get a piece of the 93. Olivieri, Tristan De Silva is right there, as well as the 60 machine.
3 laps go up on the board this time around, 3 to go with Reichman just holding on to the lead. But the back end of that Mustang has really been a handful here tonight as he tries to hold off Jillian Hills. And it's quite the battle behind them as well, as only 6 cars will transfer. Make that 5. So good battle between Oliveri, Schroeder, Wirt, and De Silva.
Here they bring it back to the front side. It's still Jillian Hills trying to grab the spot away from Andy Reichman. Olivieri back there in 2nd. And now Hills will grab the straight run off the bottom as Reichman slips up around the top.
Reichman back there in that 2nd spot. Jillian Hills trying to hold on as she will see the white flag this time by. 1 feature win this year. She's tied for the lead in the points.
Works this one onto the back straightaway. Car number 32, the Instapanels Epic Racewear machine of Jillian Hills. Leading Andy Reichman, Fabio Olivieri in the top 3 spots right now.
Checkers out. Hills will get the win. Reichman holds on to 2nd over Oliveri. Then 4th will be Martin Schroeder, and 5th at the line, the final transfer spot, Tristan De Silva in the 01. So from Kyle Wirt on back, they will all go to the B mains here tonight. 1 more qualifying heat to come for the HRW Automotive Mini Stocks. And lining up on the pole, another former Bomber driver out of Hagersville, the Smouts Garage, Jeffy's Fab Farm 517. It's Cody Somerville. And on the outside, he's tied for the point lead with Jillian Hills. The 222 is Nick Massey out of Fenwick. Row number 2 to the inside, the 23, that is Dusty DeBoer. Dusty with 1 feature win this year. He's out of Hagersville, the Timpson Auto Caledonia Auto Supply number 23. And on his outside, that'll be the 2 of Matt Newell. Matt out of Hamilton, the WeatherTech number 2. Row 3 on the inside, Tim DeBoer and car number 9 out of Caledonia, the Timpson Auto Caledonia Auto Supply machine. And on his outside will be Zach Buchwald tonight in the 10 out of Simcoe, the PAL Insurance, Thompson Landscape Supply, Broker Link Insurance number 10. Row number 4 on the inside will be Barry Westman in the 8. He's out of Elmer, the McGregor Auto Parts Mustang. Mark Bazine back again this week out of Caledonia in the 3 machine. The Burger Barn Ace 1 Construction, Aiken Motors, Kingpin Farms 3. And James Martin in the 37 will bring up the tail in this 4th and final qualifying heat for the HRW Automotive Mini Stocks.
Here we go. Nick Massey up on the outside trying to get the run around the Somerville 517. Newell, who is definitely due. If there's anybody here due, it's got to be Matt Newell.
Yeah, Matt Newell, he's really loving that Gary Hodgson machine that he bought. That car a year ago was number 49. Gary had some good, solid runs in it, and it's been nothing but success so far for Matt Newell.
Newell working on the back end of Nick Massey. These guys have been in this running order many times this season here on the Speedway. Around through 3 and 4 they go. Massey up a bit higher. Newell sticks the nose down on the bottom.
Massey around the top side, holds the spot, across the line, completes lap number 2. 4 laps left to go in this 4th and final qualifying heat, but Matt Newell all over the back bumper, the 222.
Starting to get strung out a little bit now. Bazine working the inside here in the 3 car. But off of 4, Nick Massey has been the class of the field so far this year. Trying to grab another good start to his evening right now, but Matt Newell has been all over him all year.
Nick Massey comes into tonight tied with Jillian Hills. Again, next week will be double features for this division. They'll make up their feature from last Friday night, next Friday, August the 3rd, as it's 2 to go now, and the battle for the lead isn't over yet.
Newell sticks the nose down low in the number 2, up on the outside, the 222 of Nick Massey. Nothing doing there. Problems for Buchwald at the back in the 10. He gets it sorted out as they bring it off of turn 4. Newell pushes up a bit, and Massey gets a run at him to the white flag.
Final time around for Matt Newell, who's out in front over Massey. Then it's DeBoer, and make that Bazine in the number 3. Those would be the transfer positions, so a bit of a buffer right now for Mark Bazine.
Bazine in a 3-car battle here with the DeBoers. Running good through 3 and 4. Top 5 make it in, and they're all going to clear it, so it'll be Newell, Massey, DeBoer, and Bazine. Your unofficial top 5.
James Martin, Barry Westman, Zach Buchwald will all go, and Cody Somerville will all go to tonight's B main as we get ready. Quick turnaround for the Middleport Mechanical Thunder Stock Division. Their first of 3 qualifying heats. And starting on the pole in the shed in a day, number 13 will be Casey Huffman. Casey Huffman will go from the pole position on his outside. Out of Simcoe, the Extreme Liners Expert Auto Clinic, number 4, it's Aaron Rowitsky. Row 2 inside, the 52, that'll be Tony Frazier. Tony is out of Guelph, and starting in 4th, in the 40 out of Brantford, the Affordable Towing and Recovery 40 is Jay Liverance. Starting in position number 5, the 93K, that's Mike Klazinga, the Caledonia Auto Supply 93K machine. Kevin Pauls goes off from position number 6. He's in the body line, number 46. Row 4, the 24, the Nitro 54 variety machine, that is Blake Bomberry Jr., and going off 8th in the Beamsville Fish and Chips. Too Cool Automotive, number 11, that's Go Fast Teeple. Row 5, just had a podium finish, the Strickland GMC. Mead Mechanical, Praxair number 1 of Chris Dickey. Then the 26th, the Club 54 machine, that is Mike Ferguson.
On it we go. Ferguson and Rowitsky lead them off into 1, and now tight bit of battling there as, whoa, 3 of them together. Ryan Dinning with repairs back to the 8 car. He's got it together and looking pretty quick so far, Greg. Got nothing to lose anyways.
Also with their Rob Hoskins in the 37. As the field under power, 1 lap into the books of 8 with Aaron Rowitsky out in front. Mike Ferguson in 2nd.
Down the back chute they go. Rowitsky up on the outer lane. Open up the bottom for Ferguson. Kevin Pauls, he had problems there. Oh! Hoskins loses the wheel and goes up on his roof, and we are under red.
Rob Hoskins upside down, a little fire coming out from the rear end of that 37H. The safety crew will get there. And the wheel that you see down to the inside of corners 3 and 4. That's actually off of Mike Klazinga's 93K. He's sitting down here, the right rear wheel assembly gone for Mike Klazinga, so that will bring out the red flag. And for the Chris Dickey crew over there, you are in heat race number 2. I incorrectly had the original heats in front of me. That's my bad. That's on me.
So Hoskins moving around here in the 37. They are trying to get him out. And typically the way they'll do this is they'll tell Hoskins to do a handstand, hold your body weight up. The safety crew will reach in there, undo your latch, and then you can crawl your way out. So Hoskins still upside down. The problem here is the window net has given him a bit of a problem here. So the window net is making it difficult for Hoskins to get out of the way. But he is all right here, still upside down, hanging from the belts.
So our speed camera caught that, and Rob Hoskins ran over the right rear wheel assembly of Mike Klazinga's car and hopped that, went up into the air and over. Wild ride for Rob Hoskins in our speed shot. Again, the camera down here on the front stretch picked that up. So if you're at home, you're seeing these replays. If you're here in the stands, again, you can go to our Ohsweken Speedway Facebook page, and you can see the live feed, and we're watching a replay of it right now as Klazinga goes into corner number 3. The right rear just breaks off. Hoskins had no time at all to get out of the way, and the front of the car just went way up in the air, and then he rolled over onto his lid.
Well, Rob Hoskins still getting a brain full of blood here as he sits upside down talking to the crew and joking with them as they try and get him out. They've now got the window net clear out of the way, and Hoskins looks like he's finally going to start making his way out here, guys.
Not fun. That's
I
gotta
mean,
be a bad feeling.
I have to say it's probably the worst feeling. I would not want to be hung upside down in my belts. But I could say he is out of the car and coming out on the fan side, so you get a good look at him here. Here he comes crawling out, ladies and gentlemen. Rob Hoskins on his hands and knees gets out. And we'll give him a second to get his breath back.
I'll bet standing upright never felt so good.
We'll give him a minute to get his safety gear off here. We got a lot of fluid across the speedway here in 3 and 4. Well, Rob, are you okay, man?
Yeah, I'm good. I've been in a lot worse wrecks than that.
That was a long time to be sitting upside down on your head.
Yeah, the belts were stuck. I was fine. I just couldn't get them undone.
The main thing is you're all right. We've seen you come through bad wrecks like this and get right back. I'm putting my money on you to be back here next Friday. What do you think?
I'm hoping for the B main, but we'll see. Mary, I'm okay if you're watching at home.
What am I thinking? Of course, he's still got a race tonight. He'll get it fixed. How about for Rob Hoskins, ladies and gentlemen? He's not done. Says, I still got to qualify. A lot of fluid and oil out of the side of this one, though. And they're going to have to see what they'll do to get this one sorted out.
Well,
hold
I
on.
don't
I
think
got
it's
him here.
inconceivable that he's back.
Rob, quickly, what are your thoughts on all these fluids we see? Is that going to be the end of you, or is that something you guys can feel you might be able to deal with?
Well, it's just power steering fluid, and I don't know. It's going to be a big deal if we. I doubt we'll see it, but we'll try.
I love your effort. He's going to try. Got all the power steering knocked off. Got all kinds of fluids. This car is bleeding bad, Greg. Oil, power steering fluid, rad. And there she goes.
Back on all fours.
We'll take a minute, get things cleaned up, and we'll get right back to you, Greg.
So see the damage on the front. That wheel went straight under the front bumper of Rob Hoskins, and he went straight up in the air. Again, watching the replays on the stream. And again, you can also go to OhswekenSpeedway.com, and right on the front page is the live feed as well. Don't forget, 50/50 tickets on sale. Sellers going through the stands in those pink t-shirts. Get in on tonight's draw. And $750 is the guaranteed amount so far, but I'm sure we can get up over that. So get in on tonight's 50/50 draw. Souvenir program prize draw will take place at intermission while we have our autograph session down trackside. Looks like Mike Klazinga feels he's just going to be able to drive that car to the pit area. You can see the right rear gone for the 93K. Some of that PINTY'S delicious food waiting for you down in the concession building, the big orange building behind the corner for grandstands. So I'm going to try some of those boneless wings. They have them down there, chicken tenders for the kids. Wally Parr sausages and hot dogs, plenty of hamburgers, cheeseburgers down there as well. Ice cold Coca-Cola products. Speed Shop's also open for business. A new shipment of t-shirts came in today. Plenty of hats and other souvenirs available. The Image Factor photography booth is open just outside of the Speed Shop. If you're looking for a photo of your favorite driver, you can get it autographed here tonight. And I don't want to forget the ice cream truck. The thing that makes Adam and I drool, other than pizza, the ice cream truck is back there. The Ice Mobile, if you're looking for some ice cream or a frozen treat. And for the second week in a row, it's Western Survivor Beef Jerky. Adam Vandal is down there right in the breezeway between the announce tower grandstands and the stands to the right. And he's got a table set up there. He's got the turkey jerky. We haven't tried it yet, but we've done the mild pepperoni sticks, which were excellent. And, well, the beef jerky is just about gone here. We're having beef jerky and pizza tonight here in the tower. But the Western Survivor beef jerky, excellent. So make your way down there. Great flavor. He's got ice cold drinks down there as well. So get some of the jerky in you here tonight. If Adam was here, I'd say the jerky's to the left of me, but he's in Alberta tonight. We got a picture from Adam. He says NASCAR Canada says hi from Alberta. As I mentioned, they were in Saskatoon on Wednesday night, where Cole Powell out of London picked up one of the wins for the NASCAR PINTY'S Series. And that series moves on to Edmonton this weekend. And then Adam will be back next Friday night alongside Clayton Johns here in the tower. Again, the 360 sprint cars will be off next Friday night. But the late models in town for an open event. Plus, we'll have the Action Sprint Tour in town next Friday night as well, along with the Thunder Stocks. And Mini Stocks will run both their regular program and their rescheduled feature from last Friday night. Hate to tell Adam, but Doug Leonard's now eating your pizza as well. There will not be any left. We even have a photo of it here in the tower. A lot of fluid dumped down there in corner four, so the safety crew dumping the Speedy Dry down there, and the teams will be asked to drive through that a couple of times and get that cleaned up. Souvenir program still for sale. I see the gentleman down there has got the sign out. If you'd like a souvenir program, flag him down. All the latest information from here at the Speedway, plus a chance to win some prizes at intermission.
Yeah, Greg, this car lost a lot of fluid down here, but the Speedy Dry's done a great job to clean it up. We need about 2 more laps, so we'll be ready to go back to green.
Still 2 qualifying heats to go after this one for the Middleport Mechanical Thunder Stocks, and then a pair of qualifying heats for the Cool Kids Ice and Water Core Pack Sprint Cars. And then we'll go into our B mains for the crate sprints, mini stocks, and Thunder Stocks before we go to our intermission, which will have our autograph session take place there. And then into our features tonight. As I mentioned earlier, the order of operations for features: crate sprints up first, followed by mini stocks, Thunder Stocks, where the winner will draw the 50-50 number, and the 360 sprints will conclude tonight's program. All right, white flag will be displayed. We'll get right back at it next time around with Aaron Rowitsky and Mike Ferguson on the front row for this qualifying heat. And I do apologize, in the initial lineup I had an old version of the lineups. So it's Kevin Pauls and Jay Liverance back there in row 2. Ryan Dinning got the door back on, made it back out in row 3 with Casey Huffman in the 13. Blake Bomberry Jr., Chase Hess in row 4. And we've got the 11 of Go Fast Teeple at the tail end of this one. Green flag is out, 1 lap on the board.
Off to turn 1 they go. Rowitsky will grab the lead again here. The 26 of Ferguson running on the outside. Down the lane they go. Off to turn 3 and 4. Ferguson switching to the bottom now.
Here comes Ferguson with a good run in that Club 54 Camaro. He'll take the lead off the corner, but Rowitsky right there in his tire tracks.
Aaron Rowitsky's had some rough luck this year, but had some solid runs as well. Got a bit loose there, had to wag the tail a little bit. Liverance comes back on the inside, and he'll give up 3 spots on the back straightaway.
Yeah, that 4 car is showing some smoke in the corners. I don't know if he's got a tire going down or what's wrong, but the handling seems to be an issue, and some smoke coming out of the 4, but he's right now holding on to a transfer spot.
Kevin Pauls, oh, Dinning with trouble. He gathers it back up and gets back on it. He's going to fall out of a transfer spot. He had one in the making.
Man, he has had a rough night and a rough season. This is just kind of a snapshot of how his year has gone. He was a title contender last year. He's outside of the top 10 coming into tonight, and now we got debris on the back stretch, it sounds like.
Ryan Dinning's hood has taken flight right there at the entrance into 3 where Dustin is with the safety truck. Tough to see because it's flat and the dirty side is up. So shiny side down there, and some other debris down the middle point of the back straightaway as well. Kevin Pauls also had problems there. He's currently in a qualified spot in the 46 car. He got in a jingle in that first race, and you can see the left rear tore up on his car. 8 of Dinning to the rear as being the cause of the caution, and man, his car looks like it's been through a demo derby already tonight. Just want to mention, tomorrow night down at Merrittville Speedway, we've got the Action Sprint Tour round number 5, and then you've also got the Instapanels Duel on the Dirt mini stock combined race tomorrow for the 4-cylinders. So big night for a lot of our Ohsweken racers tomorrow at Merrittville.
And I've talked a lot about next Friday night, but I have not mentioned yet Action Expo coming up next weekend as well on Saturday and Sunday. So that's going to be a huge weekend as well.
Absolutely. I mean, if you've not seen the flat track bikes, if you watch our sprint car guys and think they are insane, you've got to see the motorcycles driving just as fast and hard, just 4 wide the same way, elbows up. It is crazy. We'll be here from about 2 o'clock till 9:30, both Saturday and Sunday. All the information is on the website and actionexpo.com. Here we come off at turn 4. We'll talk a bit more about that later. And down the front chute they go. Ferguson gets the jump here on Liverance, and they'll take it off through turns 1 and 2. Remember, Blake Bomberry's in the mix. He had a great run going till he got a flat tire in the feature number 1.
Here he is challenging for 3rd with Aaron Rowitsky. We'll see if that smoke reappears, and it does on the entry of the corner, so you almost have to think something maybe rubbing on that car. Seems okay on the straightaways.
Ferguson with a good line through the middle 1 and 2, bounced up into the high line a little bit, but didn't cost him too much ground. Liverance still holding on to 2nd in the 40 car as they wheel it back here through turns 3 and 4 with Ferguson. Got control of the field with 2 to go.
Ferguson leads. Liverance there in 2nd with Blake Bomberry holding on to 3rd. Rowitsky has got the handling a little bit better going on that number 4. Then it's Chase Hess. Ryan Dinning still in a transfer spot, and Kevin Pauls right now in that 46 has the 7th and final position.
He's in danger of battling out with Casey Huffman, who comes around him now around the outside of the 13 car, gets to the wall. Paul's back by. We've got 1 more lap to go. The top 7 are in. The rest are going to the B main.
Mike Ferguson leading it into corner number 3. Liverance and Bomberry right behind him. Checkers will come out. Who will be the first 7? Ferguson first. Liverance in 2nd. The 3rd is Bomberry. 4th will be Rowitsky. 5th at the line is the 8 of Dinning. 6th is Chase Hess. And then the 46 of Kevin Pauls. We'll get the final transfer position with 1 Make that 2 qualifying heats still to come. Let's shout out to Brian Willard. Says, "G'day from Australia." How was that? G'day, mate.
That's pretty good.
There you go. And that's what you're talking about, Clint. We got folks watching from all around the world. We want to thank everyone on the live stream for tuning in, and everyone that's here in person. We really appreciate you coming here tonight. We love having you here as part of our Friday night excitement as we get ready for this second qualifying heat. Jim Lampman lines up on the pole in the DNS Automotive. Number 28 to his outside. The 108 is Billy Bleach Jr. Or number 2 out of Ancaster, the 53 of Logan Schwedick, the Advantage Electric machine. And Ryan Beagle will line up on the outside. In that 4th spot, the 84 RK. Chris Dickey, there he is on the inside row, number 3, in the Strickland's number 1. And to his outside, Mark Bazine, the Burger Barn Ace 1 Construction 21X starts 6th. Lee Winger, he got a feature win last time out in that number 2. He starts in the 7th spot. Zach Bleach in the 108X. Then we've got Tony Frazier in the 52, Frank Turkey Jr. in the 38, and Jason Langaro in the Club 54 Racing number 7 starts at the tail.
Here they come around turns 1 and 2. Bill Bleach Jr. up on the top side. Jim Lampman recently converted to the Camaro. Working on the bottom here, trying to find a line underneath Ryan Beagle, who's actually trying to find a line around the outside of Jim Lampman.
Across the stripe, Bleach your leader, Beagle in tow. Lampman had that problem with the right rear tire cutting down in that first feature. He's looking for some redemption. Here he is door to door with Ryan Beagle.
Logan Schwedick with some front end plastic missing off the nose of that car from a jingling the lap 1 of race number 1. Onto the front stretch they go. Still Bill Bleach Jr. leading Ryan Beagle and Jim Lampman.
So it's Bleach out in front. Beagle, Lampman, Schwedick, Dickey. That's your top 5. Bazine and the 2 of Lee Winger. Those are the transfer cars right now. So that he needs to get on his horse right now to get into the top 7.
Ryan Beagle on the move, has pulled up underneath Bill Bleach Jr. here, working with that 108 car, trying to find his way for a good line. Back off into 3 they go.
Cross flags go up in the air for Billy Bleach, but here comes Ryan Beagle. He'll dive down to the inside off of 4. He'll take a charge down into corner 1 of that ABC Auto Parts Center Camaro.
As they bring it onto the back chute, what a good run for Ryan Beagle. It seems like when he's on, he's untouchable. Looking very good here tonight. Running through the middle portion of 3 and 4. Bill Bleach Jr. comes back around the outside.
5 on the board, 3 to go. Beagle on the bottom, Bleach up top as they continue to go door to door down the back stretch out of 2.
What a great battle we've got. Still wheel to wheel for the win in this qualifier. Bazine right up on the rim in the 21. Backs out of that one. We've got 2 laps to go and 2 of the best at the front here duking it out.
Bazine had similar problems in his first feature of the night. He'll gather back up, stays in the transfer spot. The driver that's charging towards the top 7 right now is that number 7, Jason Langaro, trying to catch Lee Winger.
Winger solidly in this one, but it won't take much to fall out of it. And as we look back to 7th, look back to the lead, it is still the Bleach and Beagle show here as they come back to 3 and 4 for the last time.
Checkers in the hands of Kyle McKenzie, and Beagle really got sideways in 4. That opens the door for Bleach to get the win. Beagle 2nd, Schwedick 3rd, Lampman 4th, 5th is Dickey, 6th Bazine, and 7th will be Winger. So Martin, Frazier, Zach Bleach, and Jason Langaro, who spun in the final corner, will all go to the B main. 3rd and final qualifying heat. Ready to roll out onto the Speedway for the Middleport Mechanical Thunder Stock Division. Fresh off his win earlier on tonight out of Hagersville, the Timson Auto Valley Mac Tools 23, the pole sitter is Trevor DeBoer. On his outside, an impressive run for him in the feature earlier on tonight out of Guelph, the McColeman Media. Stony Creek Transmission 79 is Christopher Hale. Back there inside of row number 2, the 25 out of Hamilton, the Club 54 machine, that is Ken Sargent. And on his outside, the point leader in the Queenston Chevrolet Gibbs Action Sport. Transport Sales and Service number 49, it's Brewster Baker, Dave Bailey. Row number 3 on the inside row, the 74, Steve Vanderzanden. And the 63, that'll be Brandon Crumby out of Beaton. Cookstown rather, in the Amsoil California Dave 63. Then you've got Devin Bacher in the 3C alongside the 11R. Good to have him back. Bryce Richardson here tonight. And Jay Israel in the 10. Melissa Miller in the 93 as we come down to the green flag in the start and the final Middleport Mechanical Thunderstock qualifying heat.
Yeah, Jaron Israel, one of the standouts at Ransomville, said, hey, we're off tonight. Any chance we can come down and play? The rules are a little bit different, but we'll see how Jaron Israel can do. He's one of the better guys over at Ransomville. See what showtime Jaron Israel can do here tonight at the Big O.
Through corner number 4, off the corner, they come 4 wide, and the point leader kind of in the thick of it right now as they go into 1.
Ken Sargent, the veteran, working his way to the inside here. We just saw him pick up feature win 135 there a couple weeks back. Working to the inside here on DeBoer. Christopher Hale, another one who's using these multi-track rules to his advantage, touring all over Ontario so far this summer.
2 of the most recent feature winners right out in front. Ken Sargent won about 3 weeks ago. Trevor DeBoer hot off his first win earlier tonight. They're out in front with the champ and current point leader Dave Bailey right there behind them.
Bailey up to the outside, looking to get around the DeBoer 23. Can't quite do it just yet as they take it back to the bottom of 1. It'll be Sargent with the 25 car up to the top side.
Sargent leading, DeBoer in second, Bailey in third, Hale fourth, Crumby right now is fifth, Richardson sixth, and Israel in that 10 machine, the final transfer car.
Down the chute they come, still Dave Bailey up on the outside in the 49. 25 of Sargent holds a pretty wheel with the lead though in the Killer Bees, Club 54 Racing 25.
Black flag comes in for Steve Vander Zanden as the leaders approach. Here comes Sargent and Bailey. Bailey right out to the wall, trying to maximize the momentum in that 49.
Now, Vander Zanden did not take the original green. You cannot join a race after it's already started if you did not take the first green flag. Bailey to the inside here of Sargent, and he'll slide up in front of him through 3 and 4.
Off the 4th corner, 3 wide. Here they come. 2 laps left to go with Sargent. Bailey duking it out with Trevor DeBoer.
Onto the back chute they go. This could be setting up what we'll see tonight in the feature. Bailey working the outside, Sargent through the middle, and Dave right up around the outside that time. Gonna try and drive past the 25 back to the white flag.
One more time around, and now Brewster Baker, Dave Bailey at the top of the scoring pylon, but for how long? Sargent right there on the bottom side. He bobbled just a little bit. Trevor DeBoer in tow in third.
Bailey right up on the outside, bringing this one around. This is gonna wrap up here. It'll be Dave Bailey at the finish ahead of Ken Sargent and Trevor DeBoer. Christopher Hale struggling out of 4. He will hold on to 4th with Crumby and Richardson getting into this one as well. So I think, did Israel qualify too?
Yes, he did. Final transfer spot for Israel. So everyone on back, from Devin Bacher back, will go to the B mains. And that will conclude qualifying for the Middleport Mechanical Thunderstocks. Up next, the Cool Kids Ice and Water Core Pack Merchandising Sprint Cars. 20 cars in total here tonight, 2 qualifying heats, and that will be our final 2 heats of the night before we get to our B mains. Starting on the pole for heat race number 1 out of Caster Center, the KT Tobacco Town Line Variety Silo Wireless 97 is Corey Turner. Alongside him at the 2nd spot at Port Colborne, the E-Shine Car Care Cousin Sheet Metal 43 is Scott Shirk. Starting in 3rd out of Mississauga, Ontario, the Ackland Insurance Town Line Variety Lucas Oil car number 17X, it's Mac Demand. And going from 4th, the current point leader out of Scotland, the Bradshaw Fuels Ohsweken Speedway Air Express 47X D-Dubs, Dylan Westbrook. Starting in 5th out of St. Williams, the Norfolk Appliance Repair, Simcoe Bearing, Gales Auto Aftermarket 21 is John Burbridge Jr. And from 6th out of Waterdown, the Tammy 10 Media Sterling Crane 0C is Cole McDonald. Starting in 7th out of Grimsby is Travis Cunningham, and going off 8th out of Fenwick, the Gibbons Contracting, Upper Canada Consultants, Amherst Crane Rentals, number 14H, the Red Rock, and Jim Hoopinen. And going from 9th out of Carlisle, the Nitro 54 MMBO Direct Marketing, Creative Edge Signs and Graphics 9 is Steve Lyons. And starting at 10th out of Waterdown, the Mahoney Inspection Services, Railway City Brewery, Stenhouse Signs and Graphics 5C, that'll be Connor Mahoney. 10 cars, 8 laps the distance. Corey Turner, Scott Shirk will bring us to the green flag. 3 of the top 4 have feature wins this year. The 97 of Corey Turner, the 17X of Mac Demand, and that 47X of Dylan Westbrook. Don't count out Jim Hoopinen. He's a 2-time champion back there in the 8th spot.
Onto the backstretch they go. It will be Corey Turner leading with Mac Demand. We've seen this a lot so far, Greg, this year.
Yeah, these two have been going at it along with Dylan Westbrook, and here they are, all top 3. Corey Turner out front over Demand, Westbrook.
Now we set up for 2 heats, and we had a lot of latecomers enter into the deal, so we end up with 2 big heats tonight as they bring it onto the front chute. Corey Turner leading Dylan Westbrook and Mac Demand.
Right now, the battle is on between Demand and Westbrook. Demand hit a big bump there in corner 2. That upset the car. Now he'll dive back down to the inside of Westbrook. Can he make the slide job work? No, he won't. Westbrook around the outside holds on to second.
Demand still broad sliding down through the middle. Whoa, slides right up in front of Westbrook. Hits a bump. Westbrook back to the inside. Oh boy, what a bit of racing in turn 2.
2 laps in a row. Mac Demand's hit that bump in corner 2, but he doesn't give up. Slides down to the inside. Gets to the inside of Westbrook. Westbrook down to the inside of him and 1.
Westbrook with a big slider again. Mac gonna try and come back at him here down the straightaway. He lost some ground to the 47X that time, and Corey Turner all up front and by himself.
Lap number 5 on the board, 3 to go for Corey Turner. He is out in front over Dylan Westbrook. Mac Demand settled back there in the 3rd spot. John Burbridge Jr. and Jim Hoopinen going at it for 4th.
Up front, Corey Turner being chased down by Dylan Westbrook, and Westbrook might be closing the gap as Turner has to lift a little bit for a bump there in turn 1 as he lifted the front with straightaway. The 90 is slow, and we're going to need a yellow here.
Caution flag will fly. Corey Turner
what happens here. Out front, leading his former ride, the Ryan Turner, the Kingpin Farms 91. Chris Steele, a solid run here in the 80.
Mike Krechka out in front. He is flexing some muscle with that new mullet under the hood. Ryan Turner second, Chris Steele third, and then it's Sean Slider fourth, Tyler Hendricks fifth.
Battle for third right now. Slider trying to get the back end here. Chris Steele, Steeler right, slow down around the inside. Here comes Thorne, using that outside lane in 3 and 4 to try and reel up the back end of Hendricks, and he's caught him here into turn 1.
Slider and Steele going at it for the third position out in front. Cross flags are out for Mikey Krechka, and I don't want to jinx the guy, but having a good solid run, and this is what he needs.
Well, started out in this Steyer's ride with a solid second place run. When the luck's been with him, he's been on the podium. We'll see how he can do here tonight. Got a good run going here. Still got to get through this one. You're right, Greg. The luck has not been there in the zero car.
And it hasn't just been usual racing luck. It's been some of the strangest things you could ever imagine, including that big chunk of mud that bent the steering wheel and the whole dash column in the zero. Mikey would like to hold on here for 2 more laps.
Well, yeah, obscure issues there with the mud gods have been against the zero car as they bring it around off of turn 4. He's got a big lead to the white flag, a full straightaway, and then some out front of Ryan Turner. And Chris Steele solidly in the third spot with Slider and Hendricks rounding out the top 5.
Final time through 3 and 4. Krechka will pedal it off the 4th turn, and he'll get the checkered flag of the win in heat race number 2. Ryan Turner will come home in second. Third at the line, it's going to be Chris Steele over Sean Slider. 5th will be Tyler Hendricks. 6th, Mike Thorne. 7th will be Jamie Turner. And 8th is Dan Nanico. So Mikey Krechka turns things around with a new bullet under the hood, and he flexed some muscle there in that qualifying heat, looking strong. So qualifying heats are concluded. B mains still to come. HRW Automotive Mini Stocks will have 2, 1 for the Thunder Stocks and 1 for the Crate Sprints. The Crate Sprints are up first. Their last chance qualifier, 12 laps, top 6 will transfer. Starting in the pole for this one. Driver of the 1A machine out of Beamsville. That's the Schneider Electric. Brian's Tire Repair, J&E Recovery, number 1A. That is Paul Clagger to the outside. Out of Fawn Hill, the first choice hair cutter, 08. It is Stephen Beckett. Row number 2 in the third starting position. Out of Hagersville, driving the Bickles Hardware, Iroquois Hereford Farms 49H. It's Jerry Hill, and on his outside, in the 6M out of Union, the Wilson's Used Cars, Montana's Barbecue Skyjack 6M, that is Eric McGlone. Row number 3 in the Ohsweken Speedway Epic Raceway 38, it's Derek Miller. And beside him, it's Al Gilletta Jr. in the Gilletta Flooring Services 22 Junior machine. Starting in 7th, out of Rockwood in the Radio Shuttle, Neely Auto 74, it's Rob Neely. And alongside him from Windsor in the Jeff's Roofing Bateman Trucking, number 24 is Jeff Newham. Back in row 5, the 9, that'll be Paul Ballantyne out of Brantford in the Woodstock Ford. And McDonald's Paris of Brantford, number 9. And on the outside of him will be Josh Hansen, in the 88H. Josh out of Beamsville, the J&E Recovery, Superior Petro Fuels Ace Alignment, 88H. So again, top 6 will transfer here in the B main, the Great Sprint Cars.
Green flag is out. Paul Clagger leading. Beckett, 2 drivers that come out of the mod lights. Onto the back straightaway they go.
Clagger, your leader. Beckett in that second position. 2 drivers that have spent some time in the mod lights, and here they are out front, 1 and 2 in the B main.
Good run for Gary Hill around the outside turn. Whoa! Derek Miller got loose and stays just off the inside wall. Wow, that was a gulper.
I don't know how he did not destroy the car. The left rear just touched that hay bale, and he's still going strong back there.
Still trying to fight his way into this one. Needs, what do you say, a top 6 position here, and he's not that far out of it.
Right now it's Paul Clagger, your leader. Then it's McGlone and Beckett back there side by side for second. 4th right now is Jerry Hill. 5th is Ron Neely. 6th is Josh Hansen, and he's got the right rear. The shock must be broke on that 88H, and he is beginning to lose track positions as now he has problems in 1. He and Derek Miller get together.
Yeah, something just broke on the Josh Hansen 88. We saw parts and debris come off of the inside of turn 1.
The right rear was leaning over heavily on the 88H of Josh Hansen when he crossed the stripe last time.
It was pretty much the moment you said he had trouble. I caught my eye on the car, and it looked like it puked the shock off on a big piece of debris, and then he came to a stop about 50 yards later.
And Derek Miller had the most exciting 2 laps I've seen, it of the year. How he did not cream that hay bale down there in corner number 1. Did a nice bit of driving to gather the car back up, and then he goes for the ride over the right rear of Josh Hansen.
He's got to be careful. He's got a TV and music career to worry about. If you've not seen Derek, as we mentioned many times, a Juno Award-winning smoking guitar player in the blues and rock world. If you've never seen a Derek Miller show, you are definitely missing out. We talked a bit about last year. He's also got a show called The Guilt-Free Zone on APTN, the Aboriginal People's Television Network, which is national here across Canada and available on most cable and satellite providers. So check that out. I think it comes on like Wednesday or Thursday night around 10 or 10:30. The Guilt-Free Zone. Derek is actually the star of the show. Make sure you check it out. It's a entertaining deal. If I understand correctly, it's the premise is he won a bar in a poker game and has to learn how to be a bar owner. And quite entertaining. Last year, though, Greg, they were filming the show for television. The production company's insurance company said, you cannot race. We will not insure the production because if you get hurt, we're going to have to shut this down, and all these people are going to be out lots of money and jobs. So Derek had to sit out half of the season last year for his television requirements. So interesting story there on the 38 of Derek Miller.
Well, he's not out of it, this B main just yet. In fact, he is just 1 spot behind that final transfer car. The 9 of Paul Ballantyne is that 6th and final transfer car at this point, with 3 laps in and still 9 laps to go. So Derek just hoping to get another crack at it here. With Paul Klager out in front, Stephen Beckett back there in second. Top 2 former Mod Light drivers. Eric McGlone, good run there in third in the 6M. Jerry Hill in fourth. 5th is Rob Neely. And 6th is Paul Ballantyne. So right now it's the 38 of Derek Miller, the 22 junior of Alan Gilletta, and the number 24 Jeff Newham, all trying to get up there into the top 6 or their night is done.
All right, field bundled up here as we come around turn 3 and 4 again. Paul Klager with a big lead. Beckett just gave him about 8 car lengths there at the start. Not sure what that was about. Either way, they will make that work around top 5, smooth and steady. Watch Ballantyne and Miller.
Oh, and Gilletta goes around right in front of Newham, and that will bring up the caution.
Yellow will come out again. And nothing yet for Miller to grab that one away from Ballantyne. Paul Ballantyne, another guy who's been on the cusp of making these races on most nights as well.
So it's Paul Klager, Stephen Beckett still out in front. They should be able to get Gilletta pushed off here and back underway. So again, the autograph session has been removed from tonight's card with weather pending. Again, we're trying to get this program in. We still have the remainder of this B main. We have 2 B mains for the mini stocks and 1 for the Thunder stocks, and then we are in to our feature events.
Gilletta Jr. getting pushed off here. Lights are out, coming to the green this time. Doug Leonard letting them know the 1 is the control car. Everybody else has got to be single nose to tail until they pass the cone on the front straightaway. So 3 of them will not make it. Who will get in? Who will not? Paul Klager, the rookie here in this division, started his career in a mini stock about 15 years ago here on Friday nights. Brings it here onto the straightaway. Look at Miller, high-siding it right up the run. Can't make that work. He'll fade back a bit. Here comes McGlone to the inside of Beckett.
McGlone on the bottom. Beckett up top. Oh, it's so close off a corner for Beckett. Still has the position at the line, but McGlone not going away.
Trouble out for Gilletta again in the 22.
And with the rush in the program tonight, what we'll do at the conclusion of this B main, we'll do the fan appreciation draw numbers. So get your admission tickets ready, the stub that you got on your way in, and we'll do the fan appreciation draw at the conclusion of this B main. And we'll also get the program prize sellers to get in position down by the base of the flag stand. We'll do that very soon as well.
Well, onto the back chute they go. Still a big weekend for these guys. Don't forget, tomorrow night, round 5 of the Action Sprint Tour for these crate sprints, presented by RaceRivals.com, will be on the make tomorrow down at Merrittville. And of course, we talked about the Insta Panels Duel on the Dirt mini stock combined race tomorrow for our 4 cylinders.
Just for those watching at home, seeing the live radar shot, Spencer doing a good job getting that on the screen for us, and see a band of rain and storms coming at approximately 10 o'clock. So we're trying to rush through this and continue the program on. Want to wish a happy birthday to Evan Pite from Hurricane Hannah. Happy birthday, Evan Pite from Hurricane Hannah.
I want to wish happy birthday to you, Mr. Calnan. How's it going?
Oh,
well, what did I hear you say today? Today's your Richard Petty birthday?
It's my Richard Petty birthday. I'm 43 this year.
Awesome. Here we come off of turn number 4. Paul Kleger on the move again, and he will take the number 1 car back to the green flag.
4 into the record books. We've got 8 laps left to go and 6 cars to transfer. Here comes Derek Miller to the outside of Ballantyne.
Up around the outside goes Ballantyne now, and Miller to the inside. He gets underneath. Ballantyne takes a look underneath. He had to back out of that. It is now Kleger, Beckett, McGlone, Hill, and then one heck of a battle for the run down here for the last spot.
Derek Miller has been the most entertaining driver in this B main so far. He is all over Paul Ballantyne, and he will not give up. Charging at the halfway point. 6 in, 6 to go.
That outside lane might just pay off for him soon enough. He'll switch back to the bottom. We watch the top 6 here as they roll through it.
So it's Kleger, your leader. Beckett, McGlone, Hill, Neely, and Ballantyne still holding down 6th. Miller trying high, trying low, looking for an advantage.
As they bring it off of turn 4, back to it, Paul Kleger still with a big lead out front of Stephen Beckett. Beckett running here through the middle with McGlone on the bottom.
Solid run tonight for Eric McGlone there in 3rd. He's solidly into a transfer spot. The battle continues. Paul Ballantyne doing a really nice job holding his line, and Derek Miller's really forced to try and find somewhere. He really, I think, wants to run the outside line, but Ballantyne's holding him so that he can't get the run.
Well, he is right there looking for any bit of room to make it happen. Miller looked for one little miscue by Ballantyne. They both chase each other up the fence. Here comes Miller. Oh, it's tight there, Derek. Don't do it.
Wow. He could have tried, but he didn't. And here he goes again. He had to back out of it again in corner 2.
Kleger to the white flag for the white 1A as he brings it around. We watch the battle for 6th as Miller trying to get one away from Ballantyne. The top 5 are pretty much in the order. And now Miller slides Ballantyne into 1, but drives it up off of 2.
Can he hold on to it? Out in front, Kleger's going to get the win. Beckett 2nd. Hill will grab 3rd. McGlone 4th. Neely 5th. Who's it going to be? Derek Miller with a run of the night will get the 6th and final transfer spot.
Wow, wrecked half the laps and still qualified. That was awesome.
Wow. I'll tell you what, he may be the last car to qualify for the A main, but he got #1 points for entertainment in getting into the show tonight. Derek Miller gets the 6th and final spot. Tip of the cap to Paul Ballantyne. He did everything he could to hold on, and Paul's come into his own as well. Great race between those two as we get ready for the first of 2 B mains now for the HRW Automotive Mini Stocks as we keep the program going. And we'll have to do the fan appreciation in just a moment. We're going to go right to the white flag for the B main #1. Christopher French on the pole with the pinball, Mike Giverson on the outside. Then you've got Patrick Abramson in the 11P and the 26 of Tim Newell. And we've got the 517 of Cody Somerville in the 5th spot, and 6 will be Kyle Wirt in the 19, and Barry Westman back there in the 7th position in car number 8. Top 4 will transfer. 6 laps will be the distance.
First of 2 B mains for the HRW Automotive, 6 laps, 4 will make it. Who will it be? Here we go. Christopher French and Mike Giberson lead them off to the line, and Patrick Abramson trying to go to the bottom.
Looking for 4 more drivers. Kyle Wirt slips his way into the top 4 right now.
Wirt right in the middle looking for a run. Tim Newell through the middle, trying to come up around the outside. They're 3 wide. Whoa! They nearly get into each other off of 3 and 4. And that gives an outside run to the pinball, Mike Giberson.
What a battle there. They're going at it. Those 3 that are 3 wide, they're all in a transfer spot. But they got Barry Westman. I'll make that only 2 of them were transferred. But Barry Westman now will slip by the pinball, Mike Giberson, and he bears down to the top 4.
Tim Newell starting to nose out front with the lead, but here comes French around the outside. Oh, we got Newell across the line, and he broke the front end on that 26 car. At least that's the way it looked when he lost the handle down the front chute. Contact with Kyle Wirt, sending the 26 car to the infield. Oh, flat left front here for Tim Newell, and that's going to be the end of his night.
Been a rough evening for him in that backup car for Tim Newell. As the battle at the front is Christopher French and the 19 of Kyle Wirt. Kyle Wirt now with the lead. French in second, Abramson in third, Barry Westman fourth, and now Mike Giberson needs to get by the 8 to get in.
Working here off of 4. Kyle Wirt with the advantage out front of Christopher French, Abramson, and then Barry Westman, who high sides that 8 car right down to the bottom this time around the inside of turns 1 and 2. 4 in, 2 to go, coming for the white flag this time, and wow, Kyle Wirt got sideways.
Wirt off the corner, sees the white flag. One more time around the pinball. Mike Giberson needs to try and get by Barry Westman if he wants to run in the feature tonight. So it's Wirt, French, Abramson, and Westman, your top 4.
Working this one, Abramson working on the inside here of Christopher French. Checkers will come down. Kyle Wirt will grab the B main number 1, followed by Christopher French, Patrick Abramson, and Barry Westman. Your unofficial top 4. Another one coming, 6 laps. 4 cars will qualify.
And here they come out of the pits. Dave Goodacre was scheduled to go from the pole, but I don't see him in the lineup. So it's going to be Jonathan Ayrton on the pole with Jeremy May to the outside in the 16J. Then we've got the 15 of Sean Iftati right up there in the thick of the points contention, but it seems like he has to go through the B main every night. Sean Iftati back there in the 3rd starting spot with 8 and 9, going from 4th. Then behind them, Zach Buchwald in the 10, the 79 of Steve Miller. Nick Erskine in the 64, James Martin in the 37, and there is Dave Goodacre scheduled to go from the pole in the 05. He'll choose to go tail, it looks like, in this last chance qualifier. So as Clint said, 6 laps, top 4 will transfer.
All right, Jonathan Ayrton, quick story there, Greg. He qualified through his heat, and oh, contact here on the start. Not sure how they're going to call that one. But Jonathan Ayrton made it in through the qualifying heats quickly, Greg. The issue here is if you don't have a transponder, they will not manually put you on. They send him to tech to find out it was a problem. Jonathan said, I forgot to put on my transponder. So gave up a qualified spot and finds himself in the consolation race right now.
Here he is behind Sean Iftati. Not sure if anything was called on that start as he made contact on the drop the green flag with the car that was on the outside line. I believe it was 8 and 9. Was it that he got up into, or was it Jeremy May, I believe?
I did not hear a call made by the race officials.
So he's, yep, I believe he is still out there and from Nick Erskine parked down here on the front stretch. We're going to stay green with 2 laps in, 4 to go, looking for 4 cars.
Well, having Jonathan Ayrton and Cheeseburger of Toddy in this one is almost like putting Corey Turner and Mac DeMann in the B main for the 360s. Going to be tough for some of these other guys. They're basically fighting for the last 2 instead of 4 spots. But up here, out for 4, here they come, Sean Iftati. And they work this one around. Now they're looking to see if they can pick up the one on the front stretch. Who's slow there?
So it's Ayrton, Buchwald, Iftati, and the 88 of 8 and 9 is the final transfer spot. Jeremy May is going got a bit of a run going to the 3, trying to get into the top 4.
Well, they get Nick Erskine clear off the front straightaway. He's had a few nasty weeks in the 64 car. Coming around here, this is halfway for Jonathan Ayrton. Buchwald's got the second spot over Sean Iftadi. And Aiden Nye up into the side of May and takes him up the speedway. They're going to give up 2 spots.
And Aiden Nye will go straight to the pit area. That gives James Martin the final transfer spot in the 37. White flag out for Jonathan Ayrton over Zach Buchwald, Sean Iftadi, and James Martin.
Good run for Martin here as they bring it around through 1 and 2. Still Jonathan Ayrton with the advantage here. And he will stretch it out a little bit over the Buchwald 10. Last time into 3, just got to hold it together. And looks like it's going to be Martin Iftadi. And Iftadi got up the track there like he had a problem. Should be able to bring this one home.
Checkers out. Ayrton gets the win. Buchwald second. Martin up to 3rd. And Iftadi will cross the line in 4th. So HRW Automotive Mini Stocks done with their B-Main qualifying. Final B-Main to come. It's for the Middleport Mechanical Thunder Stocks. It'll be 8 laps. Top 7 will transfer to the A-Main. Casey Huffman will line up on the pole in the 13 machine. Alongside him will be the 93K of Mike Klazinga. I don't see him making the call. Remember, he had the right rear wheel come off his machine. So it's going to be Tony Frazier on the outside of him. Go fast, Teeple. He'll go from 3rd in the 11 to his outside will be the 7 of Jason Lungaro going 5th. Zach Bleach in the 108X. And on his outside, Devin Bacher in the 3C. Then you've got the 38 of Terry Martin and the 74 of Steve Vanderzanden. And the 28
Ryan Dinning.
Ryan Dinning in the Donnie Lampman machine.
So that came over the radio about 5 minutes ago. Said, hey, can Ryan Dinning sign in with the backup Lampman car? It was not entered by anybody. It was just a spare one Jim had in the trailer. But one thing I did hear Jim tell Jaron Israel earlier, it had the Merrittville gears in, so we'll see if they got that changed or if he just leaves it how it is, meaning it's geared for a lot smaller track, which means we're revving pretty high. Here we go. Green is out. We'll see if Dinning tries to hug the bottom.
Green is out. Huffman will lead them down into the corner. Again, this is an 8-lap B-Main. Top 7 to transfer. They all fan out in corner 2.
Down the back chute they go. Huffman with the run here. Lungaro running the inside. We'll keep our eyes on the Lampman 28, which has got the 2 crossed off, and it'll be just the orange 8 of Ryan Dinning as he gets his feet wet in a new car.
So top 8 will qualify through this one as Casey Huffman leads. Jason Lungaro now will get the run down the backstretch to the inside of the number 13. Go fast, Teeple back there in 3rd.
I can't remember the last time, if ever, we've seen Dinning in a metric car. It's been a long time. But looks like he's found the handling pretty good. Looking fairly racy here in this Lampman machine. But up front, Casey Huffman still with control of the field.
Yeah, I think you got to go back to the Brad Bacher days when they had the 3 and the 8, the 2 Monte Carlos, the last time that we saw Ryan Dinning in something other than the Camaro.
On the bottom, Lungaro looking for a line underneath the 13. Oh, they get contact there. Terry Martin gets to the back of Go Fast Teeple, but he lifts a little bit. And now they're 3 wide behind them as they roll off into turn 3. Steven Vanderzanden came late to his qualifying heat, finds himself in 3rd place right now.
Cross flags are out, and it's a mess behind the top 3. Make that the top 2, rather, as Lungaro and Huffman kind of breaking away, and now Vanderzanden's gotten away, but it is a battle. They are going at it behind the 74.
Yeah, Teeple got shook out of that one in the 3, and now him and Devin Bacher will run each other up the hill a little bit and try and gather things back up. We've got 5 complete, a bunch still to go in this one as Lungaro leading Huffman, Vanderzanden, Martin, and Dinning.
So Lungaro will bring it down this time by Kyle McKenzie says 2 laps left to go here in the B-Main for the Middleport Mechanical Thunderstocks. It's already been a busy night for many of these drivers as they ran the makeup feature to start the program, then their qualifying heats, and now last chance to get into the A-Main.
Terry Martin loses the wheel in turn 1. We can stay green though, it's way up over the berm, and now Martin pulls back onto the back straightaway. Not sure why he pulled back out here, but he will probably clear it off the end of the back straightaway, and now we will go yellow.
Oh, the right rear has broken off, I believe, the 8 of Ryan Dinning.
Oh no.
It went, I don't think it cleared the fence. It's up against the bales there. Yep, there's the right rear.
2 of them. losing their right rear in one lap. Strange goings on here. And Ryan Denny will take that back to Jim Lampman. Sorry, bud. Only 3 wheels left on it, but thanks for the ride. Hey, what if we had Denning and Martin do a 3-wheel race?
the nights they've been having, it probably wouldn't end well.
It'd be entertaining.
Oh.
You know, if Adam was here, he wouldn't let it go until we did it.
We'd have to put Derek Miller in it somehow.
Yeah.
Couple of quick announcements. Ford Fusion charcoal in color BNCN 700. Your lights are on. Ford Fusion charcoal in color BNCN 700. Your lights are on. And a happy birthday to Ray, who's at the track. Happy birthday, Ray. That's from Adam Ross. He didn't wish me a happy birthday. Thanks, Adam.
Green and white together for Longaro. 7 on the board. The 7 will lead us back. And he will take it to the bottom 1-2. Gets a little bit loose. Backs that one up the hill a bit. Steve van der Zande coming on the back door of him now. Can't quite make that work. And he will settle in for a qualified position. Off of 4. Here they come for the last time. Fraser around right in front of Bacher. We're going to finish this one, though.
Checkers out. Longaro wins over van der Zande. Huffman, Bleach, Teeple, Bacher, and Fraser will conclude it. Folks, get out your fan appreciation tickets. We're going to announce those right now. You'll go down to the main entryway to claim these prizes. Adult ticket, 44961, 44961. And another adult ticket, 44975, 44975. Senior youth ticket, 31210, 31210. Season pass ticket, 0399800, 0399800. And a children's ticket, 44715, 44715. If you have any of those numbers, go down to the main entryway to claim your prize. Again, adult ticket 44961 plus 44975.
Action Expo, Canada's Extreme Action Sports Festival, is back for 2 days of excitement, August 4th and 5th, in conjunction with the Flat Track Canada National Event Weekend. All of the same ramps and street course from last year will be set up, plus more. Come and ride the ramps and hang out in the Jibs Jam Zone. Experience the demonstrations, displays, fenders, inflatables, and more. Throughout the day and into the evening, watch Canada's bravest and best motorcycle racers as they battle elbows up for the Parts Canada Harley-Davidson National Flat Track Championship. Check out some of Ontario's best young micro-sprint and go-kart racers as they get their drift on in the afternoon. Plus, experience the thrill of riding a Harley-Davidson firsthand. Just stop by the Harley-Davidson Demo Ride Roadshow and test drive a brand new Harley-Davidson. The open road is closer than you think. Kids 16 and under $15, adults 17 and over $20. Children 6 and under are free. Tickets available by calling 519-717-0023 or logging on to Ohswekenspeedway.com. Don't miss Action Expo August 4th and 5th at Ohsweken Speedway. Be there.
I used to have to go in to the auto parts store. Pay too much, never find quite what I'm looking for. Now I just go online to Rock Auto and see all the parts my car will ever need. Lower prices, more parts, more brands. It's so easy to find the right parts fast. All the parts your car will ever need. Rock Auto. All the parts your car will ever need. RockAuto.com.
Keeping your pride and joy perfect is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Start with Slick Mist Speed Wax. Simply mist on and wipe off for a professional detail or shine. For your tires and trim, there's Lucas Slick Mist Tire and Trim Shine. Spray on and wipe off for better than new look. Then finish her with Lucas Slick Mist Interior Detailer. Just spray and wipe. Easy. Use Lucas Slick Mist Car Care products and she'll never look better. Fast, easy, and professional. Really, it's sort of like having an extra set of hands. Or 3.
Off in position number 4 at Port Colborne. In the Lakeshore Gators, A to Z Expediting 5D, it's Jacob Dykstra. Starting in the 5th spot, in car number 12 out of Waterford, the Renway Energy Aero Express number 12 is Brad Heron. And going from 6th out of London in the Pinewood Horticulture Services BSB Radiator 7, it's Caleb Wood. Starting in the 7th spot out of Benbrook, in car number 29, the Chatham Float Service Smote Scratch Heinz Masonry 29 is Liam Martin. And on his outside, starting in the 8th spot, out of Six Nations, the 69 is Josh Hill. Starting in 9th, in the 8MK, that will be Matt Hill out of Ohsweken, and Derek Lemaire will line up alongside the Ace One Burger Barn car number 56. Derek Lemaire hailing out of Hamilton. And then in row number 6, out of Scotland, in the Acklet Insurance Total Reynolds 87X, it'll be Sean Evans. And going off 12th out of Beachville in car number 5, it is DJ Christie in the Wild Sprinting DeGroot Hill Chevrolet Weatherskin 5 machine. Row number 7 on the inside out of Ohsweken, the Canada Fuels Nitro 54 Variety 9C is Brian Nanakoke. And going off 14th, the current point leader out of St. Thomas, Ontario, in the Best Safety Training and Consulting Magnum Science 52 is Jesse Costa. In row number 8 on the inside line, aboard car number 3B out of Welland, the J&J Auto Racing 3B is Blaine Barrow. And flanking his outside in the 49L, he's got a feature win this year, starting in the 16th position. And he hails out of Brantford, the Massage Pro Detmer Tire 49L, it's Lucas Smith. Row number 9 on the inside. Out of Ancaster is Trevor Young. Into his outside in car number 70 out of Niagara Falls, the Pro Battery Shop, Landmark Home Solutions 70 is Bailey Hurd. Row number 10, cars from the B main out of Beamsville. In the J&E Recovery, Schneider Electric 1A, that is Paul Klager. And to his outside from Fawn Hill in the First Choice Haircutters 08, it'll be Stephen Beckett. Inside of row number 11. And the 21st starting position out of Hagersville, the Bickles Hardware 49H, that is Jerry Hill. And going 22nd out of Union, the Wilson's Used Cars, Montana's Barbecue 6M, that is Eric McGlone. And then in the final row, back in row number 12, the inside out of Rockwood, the Radio Shuttle Neely Auto 74 is Rob Neely. And going from the 24th and final starting spot out of Ohsweken, the Ohsweken Speedway Epic Racewear, car number 38, Derek Miller. 24 cars, 20 laps the distance for the Strickland GMC Crate Sprint Car main event. This time by Kyle McKenzie will wave the white flag. Next time around, we'll go green flag racing, 20 laps the distance. These drivers, many of them, busy weekend, as we have noted. Tomorrow night, the Action Sprint Tour down the Merrittville Speedway. ActionSprintTour.com for all the information. Jesse Costa in that 52 car. He comes in the point leader here at Ohsweken, goes in tomorrow night as the Action Sprint Tour point leader. Big 2 nights for the St. Thomas, Ontario driver. Hurricane Hannah and Aaron Turkey on the front row. Kyle McKenzie with the double greens in hand. We're ready to go green flag racing for the Strickland GMC Crate Sprint Car A main event.
Green flag is out. Here we go. Hannah Farrell leads them to the inside of turn number 1. Aaron Turkey trying to high side, smooth around the top. 68 will get the nose, but will he get the lead into 3? No, he does not.
Bobbles just a little at corner number 3. Here they come off the 4th corner on the outside line. Troubles now for DJ Christie, and Liam Martin goes around in front of the field.
Oh my goodness, that was crazy. Somehow they all stay clean and avoid collision. Tough break for DJ Christie. He's got some big sponsors from DeGroot Hill here tonight. And he has been an absolute blast to watch this year. Got a little bit high in 3. Jumped it over the backside. We'll get over and find out what's wrong with Liam Martin, who lost the handle in the middle of turn 4 and somehow did not get run over, Greg.
Yeah, he spun it around, did the 360 down there on corner number 4, and great job by everyone to take evasive action and get around that 29 of Liam Martin. That has got to be a catch your breath moment. You turn around in front of that many cars, and we're going to have a chance, I believe, to see a replay of that here in the tower. Well, we'll see DJ Christie with a easy go around up the high side. Not sure that we caught the spin for Liam Martin on camera.
Well, we'll wait for the field to go by. DJ Christie, I'm over here giving him a shove off. Looks like he is all right and ready to go. And we'll just wait for the field to get on by. Should be able to finish this one without issue.
Yeah, Dave on the roof got the spin as well by Liam Martin, and that was wild to watch the cars ripping by him as he was coming to a stop. How does Mom feel, Sherry Martin? I know she didn't enjoy the night the fuel cap got left off. I'm sure that moment was another moment for her.
Yeah, the moms are something here, Greg. If you thought hockey moms had emotions and wore the hearts on their sleeves, You've not seen someone like Sherry Martin or Christine Farrell watch their kids race these crate cars. Because most of the time they don't watch. And I said, why come if you can't look? I said, I'd much rather want to see what's going on. And I wonder if it's almost like it is for, you know, the family, like it is like the driver. You know, you get your first hard hit and mom can finally relax. You know, my mom tells me with Mikey racing that as long as I don't get panicked, she don't get panicked. So, but it's crazy.
Well, we've heard you get panicked over Mikey.
Hey, man, you see some crazy stuff out there, you know?
We've all had our moments now. Tommy had the incident with his brother Jamie flipping on the backstretch. You had the moment with Mikey, and I had my moment with Dad this year in the infield.
You want to talk about Derek Miller? He nearly murdered your father.
They've had some good laughs over that. Derek said that he saw him the whole way.
Thank goodness, because your dad didn't see nothing.
No, he didn't.
I don't even think he heard you screaming at him. He's like, what? I'm trying to take a picture. What do you want?
The worst part was he went to Humberstone that weekend and he tripped on a rock and bumped his face, and that was the worst part of the weekend.
Well, I seen your dad in Victory Lane Humberstone. What happened to you? He looked like he got in a barbed wire match. He's bleeding from his forehead. He's got a bruise on his face. Craziness. But we're going back to crazy. Here we come again. They swing it down off of turn 4. Green flag is out. 1 lap complete. 19 to go here in the GMC Strickland Crate Sprint Car feature on Pinty's Delicious Foods tonight at Ohsweken.
Aaron Turkey back where we're used to seeing him, out on that outside line. He's trying to get a run on Hannah Farrell, but he's got Jacob Dykstra kind of hunting him down. How good has Jacob Dykstra been? He got his first win a couple of weeks ago. Here he is up in 3rd.
Yeah, just got to calm it down a little bit, hit your marks, do the right thing. And he's got a good line through the middle. Look at that 5D roll. Back down here to the middle.
Meanwhile, out in front, Aaron Turkey's grabbed the top spot. He bobbled a little in 1 and then again in 2, but the Hurricane, Hannah Farrell, wasn't able to capitalize on that.
Off the backside, they run. It is Aaron Turkey still with the advantage. Here comes Hannah Farrell to the inside in the number 4 car. Trying to find a bit of line. You've also got Dykstra, Porter, and Evans.
Side by side for the lead. Farrell on the bottom, Turkey on the outside. Once again, Turkey will lead the lap. Dykstra back there in 3rd. Porter running in 4th. And it's Sean Evans holding down a top 5.
Evans not quite with as much speed as he normally has here in these races. Working his way in a solid top 5 spot. Now Dykstra up around the outside of Hannah Farrell.
Leaders beginning to be able to see the back of the pack as Turkey and Dykstra now breaking away. Yellow right in front of the leaders as Josh Hill goes around to the 69. So the caution flag will fly once more with 6 complete and 14 to go. There we see Josh Hill loops it around. Should be able to continue on. Josh Hill will get pushed off again. Don't forget, next Friday night, 7:30 start. The 360 sprint cars are off, but the Action Sprint Tour will be ready to roll, and the late models, the Wedged Warriors, will be here next Friday night. They always put on a great show here at the Big O, so if you want to check out some late model racing, they'll be here along with their Thunder Stocks and Mini Stocks, and the Mini Stocks will make up their feature from July the 20th.
Want to wish Lightning Tom Cole from Brighton Speedway happy birthday here with us tonight. And we get set to go. Once again, Josh Hill with no problems. They'll push him off without incident. 6 on the counter, 14 to go. And we're going to head right through these programs, folks. Unfortunately, we're going to have to hold off autograph session for now until we can keep this program going. Mother Nature trying to spoil our fun again. Guys are still looking at the radar, trying to beat it. We got 3 races to go.
Don't forget, August 17th, that is the National Autism Night. That is also our 2nd autograph session, so we definitely will have another one regardless later in the year. As we get ready to come back to the green flag, single file past the cone, Aaron Turkey hammers the gas and heads down to corner 1.
Here we go. Once again, Aaron Turkey up through the middle. Takes it down the back straightaway with solid run. Oh, you got Lucas Smith around the bottom of turn 2. And everybody will miraculously get through this one. Yellow out again for Lucas Smith, the Massage Pro 49L. Somehow got clear and did not get any damage. So Lucas Smith will just get pushed off without issue here. And he will get the car fired up. We'll make the hard left and come back to it. As you mentioned, Greg, late models next week, then Saturday and Sunday. Both days, we'll have the Action Expo ramp set up and ready to go. You have flat track bikes out here on Sunday. Saturday, they're going to do the big track. Sunday, they're going to do a road course through the infield on their motorcycles with a jump. It's going to be super cool. If you've never seen the flat track bikes, make sure you see them. Tomorrow night, they're actually at Flamborough Downs racing on the horse track before they come here next Saturday and Sunday for Action Expo. Make sure you check out the websites, OhswekenSpeedway.com, ActionExpo.com, or FlatTrackCanada.com for all the information. $20 for 17 and over, $15 for kids 16 and under. And you're going to get to ride the ramps all weekend if you bring your scooter. Just open fun. It's going to be a great deal.
We'll get back to the green flag with 14 to go. Aaron Turkey, Jacob Dykstra.
50-50 at $1,000. Time is running out to get your tickets. 50-50 over $1,000. Here we go, Greg, are you ready?
Ready to go. Aaron Turkey will get back on the fun pedal. Jacob Dykstra, Hannah Farrell in tow. We're back on it.
Down into one they go. It is Aaron Turkey with the advantage. Takes it up around the top. Runs it down the back straightaway with Dykstra in the 5D. Got the advantage here for the second spot, but here comes Sean Evans up around the outside. Evans in the 87X pulls up alongside Hannah Farrell, and they will go wheel to wheel for position number 3. 7 on the counter, 13 to go here in this one. And so far it's all Aaron Turkey up on the top side of the number 68. 5D of Dave Dykstra's boy, Jacob, running solidly now in the second spot, going for feature number 2 on the season. But Sean Evans and Holly Porter deal with each other for the third spot. Turkey right up around the outside that time. And Evans up off the berm. And he's going to fall back into the clutches of Caleb Wood. Aaron Turkey now got to take a smooth line onto the back straightaway. Off of turn number 2 with the advantage. Jacob Dykstra about 5 car lengths in the back now. He'll fade up over the berm in turn 4 on the 5D. Will give up a lot of ground to Aaron Turkey, who sets up for a double action-packed weekend tonight. He's one of the favorites tomorrow at Merrittville with the Action Sprint Tour. Turkey right up over the gloss in the berm, up on the high stuff in turn 3 and 4. 10 and now 11 on the board for Aaron Turkey. He hit the huge bump in 1 and 2. Right up over the berm, and Jacob Dykstra reels right up to the inside quarter of Aaron Turkey this time, and yellow is out for the 51 of Trevor Young. We will go back to the last completed lap. That means Aaron Turkey will continue to be the leader here with 11 laps complete. Trevor Young with an issue here in turn 4, losing the handle in the number 51 car. So they will work their way up to the Trevor Young 51, field being told to roll it around the top side. Aaron Turkey, Jacob Dykstra, Holly Porter, Sean Evans, and Caleb Wood are the top 5 here after 11 with 9 laps to go. Behind them, rookie in this division, veteran here on the dirt, Derek Lemaire for the Burger Barn Ace 1 Construction, number 56. Then you got Hannah Farrell in the number 4 car. She's been running solidly in this one, up to 7th. 8th place is Brian Anacoke in the 9C. 9th place, Jesse Costa. Not the night we normally see out of the 52 pilot. Leader on the Action Sprint Tour. And behind them, the 12 of Brad Heron rounds up the top 10 for the Steyrs Racing crew. Both of these drivers have been battling for the top. as they work their way around. Aaron Turkey on the outside, Jacob Dykstra, both of them have jumped over the cushion and slid back a little bit, able to maintain their positions. You gotta wonder if Holly Porter, who loves the inside, if she can get down on the bottom and roll the inside wall while they battle up around the outside. White flag is out. We're going this time. Down the back chute they go. A nice slow pace. Aaron Turkey leads them back up. The field starts to come up to speed and away we go. Green flag is out and Turkey again with a massive lead. Off into turn number 1 goes the car number 68. Sean Evans dealing with Caleb Wood for the 5th spot, but Jacob Dykstra, can he make a move? And here, as we called it, comes Holly Porter to the inside. Driver of the number 1 car down on the inside of Jacob Dykstra. 8 laps to go for Aaron Turkey in the 68. He's right up in the chunkometer, 1 and 2. Down into 3. Here comes Jacob Dykstra with a massive slide job. Tries to pull up in front of Turkey. Turkey gonna slide it. Can't do it. Has to get off it. Now we'll see if he sticks to the game plan. Dykstra nearly loses it right in front of the leader. Bounces up over the berm. Oh my goodness! Aaron Turkey with the leader. Back here comes Holly Porter on the inside. Turkey with the nose wing down. What a crazy battle you've got here. The nose wing has collapsed on the Aaron Turkey 68. Shouldn't hurt him too bad up on the outside. Trying to come back around his teammate, Holly Porter now. Turkey up over the berm and it's costing him. He's fading a little bit now as Holly Porter starting to pull away in the Steyrs Racing number 1. Turkey with the massive handling problems in the 68 car. Less than 5 to go and it's the Steyrs Brothers Racing Team battle for the win. Got Josh Hill and Holly Porter's line and now Turkey up over the berm. That might be it for Aaron Turkey in this one. 4 to go for Holly Porter. She brings the number 1 car, tries to migrate it around the 69 of Josh Hill. Hill there on the bottom. Here comes Sean Evans trying to get one away from Aaron Turkey. Back down into 1 she goes. 3 laps to go for Holly Porter. And Sean Evans with the bit in his mouth coming after Aaron Turkey 68. Turkey up on the outside with an issue with that nose wing. Holly Porter all alone out in front. 2 laps to go. She's got 3 cars on the bottom. But if it stays green, I don't think they'll be able to catch her. Evans now trying to put a move on Aaron Turkey as Holly Porter has to woe it up for a slow DJ Christie. Aaron Turkey back underneath Sean Evans. Here she comes on the back straightaway. Final time into turn 3 and 4. Holly Porter looking to grab the feature win. She'll win it on PINTY'S night here at the Big O. Holly Porter gets it done ahead of Sean Evans, Aaron Turkey, Jacob Dykstra, and the 56 of Derek Lemaire is how they will round out the top 5.
What a race, what a finish. That feature had a ton of storylines in it. When all is said and done, the defending champion will get the win. Holly Porter picks up the win over a hard-charging Sean Evans. Lone Wolf Fireworks lighting up the sky, congratulating Holly Porter. Don't forget, if you're looking for some fireworks, check out Lone Wolf Fireworks, Highway 54 in Middleport. You can find them online on Facebook, Lone Wolf Fireworks, the official firework provider of Ohsweken Speedway. Middleport Mechanical. Make that HRW Automotive mini stocks ready to go with their 15-lap feature event. Daniel McKay is going to line up on the pole for this one, with Jeff Elslager on the outside. Paul Longboat, the 188, will go 3rd. 4th will be the 6 of Jason Dixon. 5th will be the 4 Wade Thorne, and to his outside in 6th, Brian Crosgrove. 7th, the 69 of Rob Twitchett, and 8th, the 1 of Jason Tolton. 9th will be the 63 C of Dave Crumby, and the 6X is Mike Serentakis. Back there in the 11th starting spot will be the 60 of Martin Schroeder. To his outside, Andy Reichman in the 93. 13th starting spot will be the 16 of Fabio Oliveri, and to his outside, the 01 of Tristan De Silva. Going 15th is the co-point leader of Jillian Hills with 32, and she is tied with that 222 of Nick Massey. Then behind them, our most recent feature winner, the 23 of Dusty DeBoer, the 2. That is Matt Newell. Then we've got the 9 of Tim DeBoer, the 3 of Mark Bazine, the 19 of Kyle Wirt, the first of the B main cars, alongside the 21 of Jonathan Ayrton, the 54 of Christopher French, Zach Buchwald in the 10, Patrick Abramson in the 11P, James Martin in the 37, Barry Westman in the 8, and Sean Iftati in the 15. He'll go from that final spot back in position number 30.
Had to get a drink after that one, Greg. Wow.
I was doing the opposite while you called that race.
That's awesome.
Double greens in the air. We're underway with the HRW Automotive Mini Stocks. And Daniel McKay and Jeff Elslager will lead them through 1 and 2.
Trying to hustle through the program here. 2 fairly newcomers to Ohsweken, running good at the front of this one. Now Jason Dixon on the inside, running in the 3rd spot, trying to get around the longboat, 188.
Elslager will lead the lap. McKay in 2nd. Longboat, Dixon, and Thorne are your top 5. And it is a mess from 5th on back as they are 3, 4, almost 5 wide.
Down the inside of turn 3, you got Crumby looking on the inside groove there now as they try to fight their way off of turn number 4. Tolton through the middle in that beautiful number 1, but don't ever count the 32 of Jillian Hills.
Oh, Wade Thorne really got sideways. Crumby back down to the throttle. Nice job there, or that could have been bad. Now they're 4 wide with Crumby on the bottom. Jillian Hills comes in, as I mentioned, tied for the point lead. She's worked her way nicely up into the top 10, and she's left the driver she's tied with, Nick Massey, way back there.
Off of turn 2 they come. Cars 3 wide, 3 deep as they come through the middle portion of the pack. And he's got to be pretty happy with that number 11 car he bought from Tipo right now. Running good out front. Yellow is out. Debris in turn number 4.
So the caution will come out with 3 on the board, 12 to go. Jeff Elslager leading the way over Daniel McKay, Wade Thorne, Paul Longboat, and Dave Crumby. And as you mentioned, Clint, this car out in front, Jeff Elslager, his primary car was smashed up about 3 weeks ago. Saw him on Facebook saying that his season was done. And then he hooked up with the Teeple Racing Team. And I'm not sure as though he purchased it or not. I thought I heard Adam say that he is renting or borrowing the car from the Teeple team. That may be incorrect. He may have purchased it. But nonetheless, to go from that rock bottom to leading right now, got to be a pretty good feeling for Jeff Elslager. And as you mentioned, Clint, he's one of the newcomers to the track. So
got to be feeling pretty good tonight. I mean, it's still early, but even if you can go home tonight and say, well, that's the first 3 or 4, that's a good start.
Exactly. That's where you build your confidence and really start feeling comfortable out on this racetrack on a regular basis. And it doesn't mean you have to come out and win right away, but if you can lead some laps, that's experience you can't get anywhere else.
Well, let's face it, you got a lot of crews here every week that work so hard on these cars, even for the back marker. The slowest guy we got in each division still got a gang of guys behind him who believe in him, that he can get it done and get it together. So if nothing else, your crew gets pumped up. They feel confident. They feel all the hard work's worth it. That's why these, even the small victories leading for a few, pay off for the guys who are getting their feet wet on the dirt.
Well, we had a chance to look at the radar on the live stream there, and the radar shot was up again. And to be honest, it looked like it's actually delayed a little bit. It was supposed to hit around 10, and the last I saw was closer maybe to 10:30. So we'll try and get in as much as we can, hurry this program along. Still 12 to go in this one, plus Thunders and the 360s to come.
Just want to mention, all you fans are welcome to come over to the pit area. It's no cost, no waivers, no nothing. After last checkered flag, go meet the drivers, as Fran would say. Congratulate the winners and console the losers. Here we go. We are on it again with Eslinger leading them off to turn 1.
McKay there in second, but Thorne's had a racy looking car. Oh, we got a big flip up in corner number 2 as Kyle Wirt goes up and over. He's moving around, getting the gloves off.
Snap whip there for Kyle Wirt, and yeah, you see the action under the hood, which is a great bit. of information to see that he's moving around. We'll get up there and talk to Kyle in just a second and see if we can find out how he's doing. And you saw that, Greg. Looked like he caught a rut, got snapped sideways, and did like a snap roll over the top and tore the back end off the car. He's out smiling already, which is a great sign.
So we're going to get a chance to look at the replay, and yeah, that good call, Clint. That's exactly what happened. He just caught that rut and just snapped the car around.
Well, I got Kyle here. Kyle, we'll play to that camera up there. Kyle, what's your thoughts, man? Tough break, just like a quick snap roll. Almost looked like you caught a rut and the car just flipped over real fast.
Yeah, I got outside the groove and caught a big rut, popped the tire, and held on from there.
You all right, though?
Oh, yeah. Having a great time.
Having a great time. How about it for Kyle Wirt, ladies and gentlemen? Says, yeah, having a great time.
It's like he's driving along, minding his own business, hits a rut, and all of a sudden, I'm going the wrong way. I'm seeing the sky, and now I'm facing the wrong way. And, man, when he lands, you really see his helmet. He's got a white helmet on, and you just see it bobbling around inside the car. Driving along fine, and then bang, it just turns sideways, upside down and over. And his response is, I'm having fun. Well, that's what Glenn Stiers would say after a rollover. He'd say, you can't buy that ride at Canada's Wonderland, and I guess that's the case for these drivers. They enjoy it. I know they're not going to enjoy repairing that car in the shop this week, but good to see Kyle walk out. And like Clint said, as soon as he got on the scene, you could see Kyle even on the camera smiling, talking to the safety officials. So see Clint down there taking some photos, and I'm sure we'll get that popped up on the live stream as well. So again, if you get your devices here in the stands, you can tune in on our Facebook page, the live video there. It's also at Ohswekenspeedway.com. You can catch all those replays. And yeah, we're seeing the damage from the rear end. Wild ride for Kyle Wirt, who's really become one of the top runners in the HRW Automotive Mini Stock Division in that number 19 car. And hopefully the damage not too bad, that he can get that thing repaired and be back to continue to contend.
Well, the lineup is good. We are ready to go. They're looking for a transponder quickly up on the outside.
Watching that one more time, man. That's when you want to watch. Even if you're here and you don't have your device, go back this week and take a look at some of the wild action. So safety crew taking one last look for the transponder. I'm going to invent a device that is like the underneath the track here, the start-finish line. There is a wire that's buried, and every time a transponder goes by, it picks it up. Well, if you had a wand that you went around the track, you could probably make a lot of money picking up transponders and the end of the night.
Do you know how much a transponder costs?
They're pretty pricey, are they not?
$500.
Yeah. So there you go. If you see me out there late at night with a scanner, often at nighttime, Clint mentioned at the end of the racing program, once that final checkered flag flies, you're more than welcome to join us over in the pit area. And oftentimes you'll see drivers out here going around the track looking for a receiver or a transponder. Having a look right now on our screen on the TV, the point standings coming into tonight. Jillian Hill's Nick Massey, the 32 and 222, tied for the point lead. They're up 10 points on Sean Iftati in the 15. Dusty DeBoer not too far back. He's in fourth, and Matt Newell in the 2, fifth. And it's all really tight. They're all within 32 points in the top 5. So Jillian Hills, she's having the best run of the top 5 right now. She's right there in that 5th spot. Nick Massey tonight, Clint, he's kind of struggled. He's moving forward slowly but surely, but not getting the gains that Jillian Hills had.
Yeah, I would agree with the same issue. He got loose right in there with Wirt almost at the same time, but Wirt got it a lot worse than he did up on that outside.
And then with Sean Iftati, who's 3rd in points. He was in the B main, and he's still mired back deep in the pack here tonight. So still lots of racing to go in this one, as we still have 12 laps remaining. But a lot of work to be done for Iftati and Massey to catch up to the forward progress of Jillian Hills. Oh, and Wade Thorne going to the pit area. The 4 car has been strong early.
Field doubling up here. We are set to go. 3 laps in, 12 still to go here on the HRW Automotive Mini Stock feature on Pinty's Delicious Foods Night. Want to send a welcome out to everybody from the NASCAR Pinty Series watching out west with us tonight. Here we come. Green flag is out. We are on it again. Daniel McKay leading Jeff Eslinger back to the inside of turns 1 and 2.
Off they go into the corner with McKay on the bottom. Ohsweken kind of drives up the hill in corner 2, and that allows McKay to get a good run on him.
Massey got into the back end of Sarantakis, and Tim DeVore also in there. They somehow got squared up on that one. 5 wide off of turn number 4 they come.
Oh, and Tolton gets in Ohsweken, who hits Longboat now to Silva into Dixon, and somehow they're all going straight.
Nick Massey's lost the left front on the 222.
Oh, yep.
Heavy damage on that car. He's going to need a hook.
Tied for the point lead. And there he sits on the rim.
But the big problem is the driver he's tied with for the point lead is about to take the lead, or at least battle for it here on the next green. We'll get over there and talk to Nick Massey.
Wild circumstances there, and a lot of cars looked ready to totally destroy their night, and somehow they all came out pointing fairly well in the right direction.
Well, Greg, the Eslinger 11 has just been sent to the pits. He had a good run going. The 11E, the orange car with the left front flapping in the wind, he's been sent to the pits. And now we'll get over here and talk to Nick Massey.
Massey on the hook. Paul Longboat to the attention of the safety crew as well in the 188. And we watched the replay again, and it looked like what you would call the big one at Talladega or Daytona, but somehow everyone's pointing in the right direction at the end. Jason Dixon kind of got slammed around like a pinball there. Barry Westman's got a right front flat here in the 8 on the front stretch. So waiting on a tow here for Paul Longboat's 188. Again, want to thank Pinty's Delicious Foods for presenting tonight's race card and for all that they do here at Ohsweken Speedway. Been such a great corporate sponsor just in the last few years here. Tony and the folks at Pinty's do a fantastic job here at Ohsweken Speedway and within the motorsports and sports communities altogether. It looks like we need multiple hooks here for the 8 of Westman, the 6 of Dixon, the 188 of Longboat. So as Clinton mentioned, next weekend, of course, on Friday night, we've talked the 360s off, late models are in, plus the Action Sprint Tour, Thunderstocks Mini Stocks, and the Makeup Mini Stock feature. Then the following 2 days, Action Expo taking place, and there is a lot going on. Clint talked about the flat track bikes, but there's also the micro sprints will be in competition to kind of showcase the micro sprints to a new crowd. They have all of the action sports half pipes and everything set up for part of what they did last year at Action Expo, so that will be taking place back there throughout the weekend as well, and it's going to be a lot of fun and excitement next weekend for Action Expo. If you want more information, you go to actionexpo.com. Now it's action, then the big letter X, PO.com. So it's actionexpo.com. All the information is there. And you can be here. Going to be a big 3 busy days here at the Speedway next weekend. And then don't forget, advance reserve tickets on sale for Canadian Sprint Car Nationals weekend, which is coming up September 14th and 15th, our crown jewel event on the season. And on Friday night, it starts with the Burger Barn night before the Nationals, where the top 2, the winners of the Twin 15s, will lock themselves into Saturday night's show. That's always a great night of racing. And then Saturday night is the 14th annual Canadian Sprint Car Nationals, brought to you by Aero Express, the biggest 360 sprint car race in this region. It is always a fantastic race. Just the qualifying heats alone will put you at the edge of your seats watching all the racing action as they go for the big prize in the 14th annual Canadian Sprint Car Nationals. Advanced reserve tickets, as I said, are available online. You can call the Speedway as well. All the information at Ohswekenspeedway.com. And also camping sites are being reserved for that as well. As we mentioned a few weeks ago, we have 2 camping lots available. We won't this year be camping anyone over off of corner 2 where we traditionally did have the camping lots. Instead, there will be camping over to the left of the micro sprint track, and then the front corner lot on the other side of 5th line over here, the first intersection just past the Speedway. That's where the other camping lot will be. So if you want to get that booked, you can call the Speedway and book online as well to get your camping and tickets booked for the 14th annual Canadian Sprint Car Nationals. Always a fantastic weekend of racing. Again, make sure you're at the Merrittville Speedway tomorrow night for the Action Sprint Tour, as many of the drivers we've seen here tonight will be back in action tomorrow night down there, including a few that weren't here tonight that I know are planning on making an attempt to compete tomorrow night at Merrittville. Southern Ontario Sprints are in action at the Brighton Speedway tomorrow night in Eastern Ontario. Last weekend, we had the Patriot Sprint Tour roll into town. And on Friday night, of course, the rain ruined things. But then they went to the Brockville Ontario Speedway on Saturday night, and the Cobra, Chuck Hebing, picked up the win down there. And then more of the weatherman on Sunday. So, rough weekend for the Patriot Sprint Tour last week. Of course, they, along with the Southern Ontario Sprints, Empire Super Sprints, all part of the Canadian Sprint Car Nationals. So it looks like we just need to get Paul Longboat's 188 to the pit area, and then we'll be ready to go. And really, we were just kind of caught between a rock and a hard place. We had so many cars with front end damage that needed tows, and not enough tow vehicles to get them all.
Well, we've got tow trucks and tractors. It just takes a minute to get them out here, and we needed 4 of them all at once. So just take a moment here, get the Longboat car out of the way, and we'll be ready to go.
So 4 on the board, 11 to go here in this one. Still to come, the Middleport Mechanical Thunderstocks and the Cool Kids Ice and Water 360 Sprint Car main event. Getting questions, Clint, about the Canadian Sprint Car Nationals for a live stream. Will that be a pay-per-view or the usual? As Clint, sorry, he is getting back to his vehicle to get his microphone, wearing 2 hats here tonight.
That would be a pay-per-view, Greg.
So it'll be a pay-per-view for the Canadian Sprint Car Nationals. Hopefully that will answer things for folks, so stay tuned for information on that.
So I did get a quick chance to talk to the track crew. We are going to work 1 rim on this Power Harrow upward ridge here at the end of this one. Very quickly.
So beyond next week, we talked about some of the events still to come. Next week, again, late models are in town, and then in 2 weeks' time, Renway Energy presents Halloween in August is the Art Hill Memorial for the mini stocks, and that's the combined Duel on the Dirt mini stock event on August the 10th. And on the 17th, as I mentioned, it's Jib's Action Sports Kids Race Canadian National Autism Foundation Night plus autographs. That's August 17th. So that will be an autograph session night on our National Autism Foundation night on August 17th. And we have the Minor Sports Night on August 24th. And Epic Racer back to school backpack night where they give away a ton of backpacks on August 31st and championship night. Still to come as well. Green is back out. We are back underway with Daniel McKay and Jillian Hills, as you said, Clint, about to make a charge for the lead.
Well, she's got a good pack of cars right there. How about Tristan De Silva? Has been running so good this year. As a newcomer here, up out of the Bombers, running through the middle portion, and he's got a shot at the lead.
And you know what? Tristan De Silva was right in the middle of that melee in that last yellow, and he kind of got bounced around, but came out good and clean. The front end of the car looks good, and here he is challenging for the top spot.
But Jillian Hills, straight and smooth off the bottom of turn number 2. Right down the back straightaway she goes with 5 on the counter still. This will be 6 with 9 to go as De Silva comes around the outside of Jillian Hills.
Here he comes around the outside of point leader Jillian Hills. Crumby right there in the 3rd spot. Jason Tolton and Matt Newell in the top 5. Now Andy Reichman's got a head of steam into 3.
Reichman in the 93, running good in that 5th position, trying to hold back Jason Tolton's number 1. Here comes Matt Newell, who's been in these battles every week, and this may be the night he can get it done as he's ultra quick in that number 2.
He's been on the podium multiple times here in that 2 machine. The former Gary Hodgson, number 49 that car was, has been a strong competitor every week. Here he is right behind the top 3, Crumby, De Silva, and the leader Jillian Hills.
Hills with a 1 car length advantage, and now we got problems for Elzinger in the 11 and McKay in the 13, who sits on the inside of turn number 2.
So McKay will get the push down there. Elslager continues on, and that car has seen better days as he's bumped up the front end of that car, had a good start to the feature. Well, he's going to stay out.
Well, I thought he had a flat left front, but it appears to be all right. And actually, as he gets past me, I can see it is the left front fender is just pushed in on the upper side. And that has migrated him to the back with Daniel McKay in the 13. Want to thank everybody from PINTY'S Delicious Foods, making great food fun. We appreciate everything Tony does and all his staff and everybody at PINTY'S for all their support each and every week. Big television supporters of us, and we've got some great things on the make with our friends at PINTY'S. So once again, want to welcome everybody watching from the NASCAR PINTY'S series, and I know they're watching because every race they watch. Don't forget Flat Track Bikes. We've been telling you a lot. Make sure you check that out. We are just about ready to go. Oh, Greg, I want to mention also, not sure if you hit it, the Dirt Car Sportsman will rescheduled to August 24th. So Dirt Car Sports will be back on the 24th of August. Man, we have got a jam-packed month ahead here, and then some if you throw in the Nationals.
And that will be ROC sanctioned tour event, is that?
That is correct.
Yes. Okay, so ROC Sportsman August 24th. Man, I got to see their pavement modifieds that you cast a couple weeks back. Fantastic job. Joe Scott Nicky and his crew do a great job. You won't be disappointed to see the Sportsman here at the Big O as we get back to the green flag. Hills and De Silva going back at it. Clint, you know Mark De Silva's got to be just chewing on the fingernails back there in the pits.
We talked about small victories, right? And this is a huge one for Tristan. No matter how this one shakes out, he has been in this battle. And they come around. We are flying back to the front stretch, and it is Tristan De Silva. Also one of his big supporters here, Mark Suba from Jibs, has been with Tristan for many years.
9 laps on the board, 6 laps left to go as they go door to door for first. And here is Crumby. And how about the run by Sarantakos up there in the 4th spot?
Yeah, solid run for Mike Sarantakis, who is running in that 4th spot now, but he's found a line up around the ridge in turn 1 and 2, and look at him get back on the 4-cylinder loud pedal.
Yeah, he may have the quickest car right now as he got something going on the top side. Here he comes trying to get by Dave Crumby. It's still Hills on the bottom, De Silva on the top, and right now every time they cross the line, De Silva's got the advantage.
I hear Doug Leonard mentioning about a right rear flat, and we'll find out who it is. Looks like it's the Reichman 93 who got into the side of the Newell number 2. No, he's got it together.
Might
63,
have been Daniel.
yeah.
Oh, yep, 63, Dave Crumby. Yeah, he is plummeting now through the field, trying to hold on. Right now, it is 3 laps left to go for Tristan De Silva, but Mike Sarantakos has had the momentum going on the outside line, and he is mounting his charge now.
I don't think he's ever won a race either. Sarantakos up on the outside of De Silva, going to slide job up in front. They've been watching the sprint cars.
Here they go, 2 laps to go, says Kyle McKenzie. De Silva leads, Sarantakos second. Jillian Hills has dropped to third. Now the veteran, Mark Bazine, is right up there.
Working their way down the back straightaway. 3-car battle for the win here in the HRW Automotive Mini Stocks. Who's it gonna be? 1 lap to go.
Here they come, 3-car battle for the win, and at the line, De Silva barely leads over Sarantakos. He's got that purple people leader wound up on the top side. They'll go wheel to wheel down the backstretch the final time.
Here they come into turn 3. Hills trying to be the upsetter. She will drive it on the inside. Sarantakos around the outside. De Silva pushes up. Who's it gonna be? Sarantakos is gonna steal it at the line.
Wow.
Mike Sarantakos grabs his first feature win ahead of Tristan De Silva, Jillian Hills, Mark Bazine, and the 37 of James Martin. Another run for him. That is very well done.
What a finish. Mike Sarantakos gets the win and the difference.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, they come by, make some noise, and let them know you like that race they just put on for you. We're going to hold off victory lane, but they'll be watching for you. Sarantakos waving to you. Wave at our new first-time winner.
9/100ths of a second, the difference.
Tristan De Silva has nothing to hang his head about in that one after moving up from the Bombers as a mini stock rookie. Hey, boss, up top, what'd you think of that one? 2 thumbs up from the big guy. We like that. Quick bit of track prep coming in. When we saw those mini stocks in turn 1, and this is what's going to happen, folks. They're going to run that power harrow around that big ridge on the outside of turn 1 and 2 to knock down the chunk. It'll take us about 2 laps. We are not going to slow up the program, and we'll bring the street stocks out right away, the Thunder stocks on the way now, just to make sure we're going to knock down that chunk. It doesn't look bad from where we're sitting, Greg, but it is tough on the outside.
Action Expo, Canada's Extreme Action Sports Festival, is back for 2 days of excitement, August 4th and 5th, in conjunction with the Flat Track Canada National Event Weekend. All of the same ramps and street course from last year will be set up, plus more. Come and ride the ramps and hang out in the Jibs Jam Zone. Experience the demonstrations, displays, vendors, inflatables, and more. Throughout the day and into the evening, watch Canada's bravest and best motorcycle racers as they battle elbows up for the Parts Canada Harley-Davidson National Flat Track Championship. Check out some of Ontario's best young micro-sprint and go-kart racers as they get their drift on in the afternoon. Plus, experience the thrill of riding a Harley-Davidson firsthand. Just stop by the Harley-Davidson Demo Ride Roadshow and test drive a brand new Harley-Davidson. The open road is closer than you think. Kids 16 and under $15, adults 17 and over $20. Children 6 and under are free. Tickets available by calling 519-717-0023 or logging on to Ohswekenspeedway.com. Don't miss Action Expo August 4th and 5th at Ohsweken Speedway. Be there.
So PINTY'S Delicious Foods night continues as final track prep getting ready for this Thunderstock feature, 20 laps. And the winner will draw the 50-50 ticket number here tonight as well, so stay tuned for that. Aaron Rowitzki's going to line up on the pole for this one. He drives car number 4 out of Simcoe in the Extreme Liners Monte Carlo. To his outside, the Club 54, number 26. It'll be Mike Ferguson out of Hamilton. Or number 2 to the inside in car number 46, Kevin Pauls out of Canfield, the body line Nova. And on his outside will be Jay Liverance, the Affordable Towing and Recovery, number 40. Starting 5th, out of Ohsweken, the Nitro 54 Variety 24, that's Blake Bomberry Jr. And going from 6th, the Hess Auto Tech, Beer Paw Convenience 777X's Chase Hess. Or number 4 on the inside, the DNS Automotive 28, that's Jim Lampman out of Caister Center. And going off 8th, out of Welland, the 108, Billy Bleach Jr., rather out of Thorold is the Bleach family. Row number 5 out of Ancaster, the Advantage Electric 53 is Logan Schwedick starting 9th and starting 10th. And car number 84 RK out of Victoria, the Affordable Portables, APC Auto Parts Center's car of Ryan Beagle. Row 6, the Stricklands, GMC. Mead Mechanical, Praxair number 1, it's Chris Dickey. out of Brantford, and alongside him out of Caledonia, the Burger Barn Ohsweken Construction 21X, it is Mark Bazine going from 12th. Starting in 13th, the most recent feature winner prior to tonight's earlier feature a couple of weeks ago, Lee Winger picked up the win. He's out of Mount Hope in the WeldStar Custom Fab O'Neill's Farm Equipment number 2. On his outside is our most recent winner. He won earlier tonight, his first career win. Starting in the 14th position out of Hagersville, Timson Auto Value 23 is Trevor DeBoer. Row number 8 on the inside in car number 79 out of Guelph, Ontario. That is Christopher Hale, the McColeman Media Stony Creek Transmission Monte Carlo. And lining up on his outside in the 16th spot out of Hamilton, the Club 54 Racing number 25 is Ken Sargent. Row number 9 is where you'll find the point leader. He's on the inside line, the 17th starting position. That is Brewster Baker. Dave Bailey piloting the Queenston Chevrolet Gibbs Action Sports number 49 out of Hagersville. And alongside him in the 18th starting position out of Cookstown, the Amsoil, California Dave 63 is Brandon Crumby. Row 10, the 11R of Bryce Richardson. Good to have him back here tonight. Former race winner at the Big O. On the outside in car number 10 will be Jay Israel in the 20th starting spot. Row number 11 is where we'll find Jason Langaro out of Hagersville, the Highland Tire Club 54 Tobacco number 7. And on his outside in the 22nd starting spot, the 74, Steve Vanderzanden. Row number 12, it's the 13 of Casey Huffman out of Brantford, the Shed in the Day Monte Carlo, and Zach Bleach in the 108X on his outside starts 24th. Going from position 25, Go Fast Teeple out of Thorold, the Beamsville Fish and Chips Too Cool Automotive number 11. And the 3C of Devin Bacher out of Hagersville will start in 26th. 27th to 52, that'll be Tony Frazier out of Guelph. And going from the final position was scheduled to be the 8 of Ryan Denning, but I don't believe he has made the call. So we are ready to go with the Middleport Mechanical Thunderstock feature event. 20 laps is the distance in this one.
Again, trying to beat Mother Nature. Light drops of rain coming down out here as we get set to roll. Green flag is out, we're on it. Kevin Paul's leading Jay Leverance to the inside of turn number 1 for the first time.
Blake Bomberry in behind them in that third spot. He's looked really racy all night from the first feature through the heats, and if not for that flat tire in that first feature, he may have had a stronger performance.
Leverance with the advantage, and Bomberry running in the second spot. Kevin Paul's slow, small victories for him too. They finished top 10 on opening night, and that was a big win for them guys as they get their feet wet here in the dirt Thunderstocks. Back to 3 they go, and Leverance is all the 40 car.
Leverance out in front. Bomberry there in the second spot. Bleach sitting in third. Beagle fourth. Fifth is Chase Hess. And then it's Schwedick and Bazine side by side, 6 and 7.
Leverance working his way down the back chute in the 40 car with a big lead out front. A Bill Bleach Jr. in the 24, Blake Bomberry Jr. as 2 second-generation drivers battle for second on the Speedway.
Close call off of 4, Chase Hess. Mark Bazine doing some good close racing with Trevor DeBoer, who won the first feature on the night.
Down the back chute goes the 40 of Leverance, and Beagle working his way on the bottom in the 84 RK. Ken Sargent, Logan Schwedick also in the battle as well inside the top 10.
Jay Leverance looking strong out in front tonight. 4 laps on the board, 16 to go. Troubles in the infield. Here comes Mike Ferguson to corner number 1.
26 with issues will make his way through the infield and rejoin, as will Devin Bacher in the 3C with issues in his blue Camaro. But up front, it's all the green Camaro right now. Jay Leverance in the 40.
Whoa, close call there between Jim Lampman and the 49 of Dave Bailey. Jim got a good run off of corner 4, but the car was also sideways. He got off of the throttle, and they stay nose to tail.
5 laps in, 15 to go here in the Middleport Mechanical Thunderstock feature on PINTY'S Delicious Foods Night at Ohsweken. It is all Jay Leverance for the first 6. Here comes Bill Bleach Jr., Blake Bomberry, Ryan Beagle, and Ken Sargent to chase after the 40.
Off of corner 4, lap car right in front of leader Jay Leverance's Devin Bacher will move to the inside, let the leader go by. Billy Bleach in tow behind the 40. Jay Leverance is really, in the last handful of weeks, really picked it up a notch. He's got that car dialed in, and he is out in front leading the first make it 8 laps this time by.
It is that green machine for Leverance, and we talked about him. He races late models down at Humberstone. So good solid runs for him, and the rain's coming down now, but track officials keeping their eye on it. The track is still there for these drivers, and they're keeping it going. You haven't seen anybody really make a wild move in the slickness yet.
Yeah, still some room for some moisture in the racetrack, so the raindrops shouldn't hurt too bad. Right now, we'll keep an eye on it. It is Jay Liberance leading, Billy Bleach Jr. there in second, Ryan Beagle third, Ken Sargent fourth, Blake Bomberry up there in fifth.
40 of Leverance working the inside to middle groove, and Billy Bleach chipping away at it here in the 108, trying to run the outside like he did for the majority of the first feature this evening.
Cross flags are out, 10 in, 10 to go. Jay Liberance leads over Billy Bleach Jr. Ryan Beagle there in third as Bleach continues to chisel away at the lead of Jay Liberance.
Leverance still out front in control of the number 40, and if we had to go yellow, this race could be called official. It's halfway, but we're going to do our best to get through this, and the sprint car feature still to come to complete the program here tonight. Here comes Bill Bleach climbing on the ladder up to the top shelf to try and come back after the 40 of Leverance. Get him at the line.
Wow, good run by Billy Bleach as he works the outside line. Liberance there in second, but here comes Beagle. He's going to try and follow suit and get around the number 40. He's on the top side at 3, gets a good run into the corner, and he's chasing down Bleach.
Off of turn 4 comes the leader, Bill Bleach, in the 108. Still with the advantage out front of the 984 here of Ryan Beagle. But Leverance has held strong inside the top 5 so far, Greg.
Yeah, he's done a really good job in that 40 car. Now we got a wheel loose off of Zach Bleach's 108X, and that will bring out the caution flag as it continues to roll. Now, if the transponder were attached to the wheel, Zach Bleach would complete that lap. It's coming to you, Clint. Oh, we almost flipped a push vehicle. That was entertainment right there.
Matty needs a new fire suit after that one.
I thought you were going to say he was fired.
And, wow, I did not expect that to happen. Well, as you look at the lights, ladies and gentlemen, we do have a steady mist coming down, but the track is still in good shape.
You know what I like about the live stream, Clint, is this for our support divisions. Oftentimes, fans from around will know the top divisions. You'll know your 358 modified drivers, whether you live on one end of the province or the other, or your 360 sprints. But usually the street stocks and down, those are your home track core fans know them. But this live stream is opening up our great Thunderstock division, the mini stocks, to a crowd that would otherwise, not really know them other than maybe if they went to the odd special event. I think that's cool for some of these drivers. Communication going on about the racing surface as the weather rolling through now as we're watching the radar. We're just on the cusp of the system. Again, we'll keep rolling here as long as possible. Still one feature to go. As Clint mentioned under green, this race is now past halfway, so it would be deemed complete if we needed to go that route. Sprint cars still to come. And we've talked about the mini stock makeup event. We've talked about the crates and the Thunderstocks, which the Thunderstocks ran tonight from last week. The makeup event for last week's sprint car race, the Patriot Sprint Tour event, that is made up on the Friday night of the Nationals weekend. The night before the Nationals, brought to you by the Burger Bar, and that's when they will run the Patriot Sprint Car A main. It was already set and ready to go, so that feature event will be run on September the 14th. Billy Bleach right front is broken on that car. He is deciding to stay out with that right front. That's going to be a handful for Billy Bleach Jr. Coming back to the green flag, Billy Bleach. Set the pace. We'll see how this plays out. The problems on the right front. Field bunches back up. Green flag is back out. Oh, now Bleach will pull it right into the infield.
Green is out. Here we go. Beagle runs up to the top side of 1 and 2. Christopher Hale trying to find a line on the inside, and they go 4 wide for the lead down the back straightaway.
Wow, big run for Logan Schwedek. He's into the top 4 now. Here he is working around the outside. And Dave Bailey, the point leader's up there as well.
Down the front chute they go, off into turn 1 and 2, still keeping this one rolling. Trouble on the back straightaways. Hale got together with Schwedek out there, and they nearly got loose. Things getting crazier out there as they keep cruising along.
5 laps left to go, says Kyle McKenzie, with Ryan Beagle leading the way over Blake Bomberry Jr. Dave Bailey, the point leader, back there in 3rd. Logan Schwedek 4th, and Mark Bazine has pedaled his way into the top 5.
Ryan Beagle with the advantage now in the 84 RK as they take this one. Rolling down here on the front chute. It is the RK 84.
Beagle, your leader. Bailey in tow. Here comes Bomberry with a run. Oh, he slipped just a little. Don't think he got into Bailey.
They bring this one around. RK up on the outside. Ryan Beagle trying to hold on to this one. It's Dave Bailey coming right up the back bumper here in the 49.
Beagle trying to hold off the current point leader, defending champion of this division. These two have had some fantastic battles, and here comes Beagle into corner 3. Oh, he had to get on the brakes. He was about to go up over the berm. Bailey shoots down the banking, and now he will lead with 2 to go.
2 to go for Dave Bailey. He'll slide it up in front of Ryan Beagle's 84 RK as they bring this one onto the back straightaway. Here comes Beagle back into the mix.
We've got our eyes on Bailey and Beagle, but don't forget about Christopher Hale and Blake Bomberry. They're ready to pounce. White flag is out. One more time around, Bailey leads the lap.
Bailey here through 1 and 2, bringing this one onto the back straightaway. The Queenston Chevrolet Jibs Action Sports 49 of Dave Bailey working his way back to the top step of the podium again. Just got to bring it around turn 4.
Here comes Hale on the bottom, but he's going to run out of time. Checkers out. Bailey gets the win. Oh, at the line, it's Ryan Beagle just barely over Christopher Hale. Logan Schwedek 4th, and Ken Sargent will drive it home to 5th. And we are going to draw the 50-50 ticket number right now here in the tower. So we'll get DJ Darren to draw the number. We'll announce it here as Dave Bailey, Brewster Baker, gets the Queenston Chevrolet Jibs Action Sports 49 into the winners column. Once again, the current point leader adding to his lead here tonight. One feature to go is the Cool Kids Ice and Water Core Pack Sprint Cars. Darren Shawcross, our DJ, is going to draw a number here for tonight's 50-50. The winning amount, $1302.50 is the winning amount. And if you have 50-50 number 273345, you've won that amount. 273345. If you have that number, you've won the 50-50. Go to the souvenir booth to claim your prize. Well, we can see on the monitors for those watching at home and for those in the stands, the rain coming down quite heavy right now. Command being called to push the sprint cars and keep them going. Still one feature left to do, and it is the Cool Kids Ice and Water Core Pack Sprint Cars. Strickland GMC Pace Truck will pick up the field. As we get ready for the final. feature of the night. They're asking the drivers to spread out, stay high and low, and try and keep the racing surface packed in here. Well, this is the scheduled lineup for tonight's 20-lap main event. Starting on the pole out of Fenwick, the Gibbons Contracting Upper Canada Consultants 14H, the Red Rocket Jim Hoopinen. Alongside him, he got a heat win here tonight out of Hamilton, the Case IH Rochester Nighthawks Renway Energy Zero. It's Mikey Krutchka. Going from third out of Mississauga, Ontario, the Ackland Insurance 10-line variety Lucas Oil 17X, it's Mac Demand. And going from fourth out of Scotland, Ontario, in the Bradshaw Fields Ohsweken Speedway Aero Express 47X, D-Dubs, Dylan Westbrook. Going from fifth out of St. Catharines, the Overland Heating and Air Conditioning, TriStar Forming, Gulfy Concrete 80, the real deal, Chris Steele. And lining up inside him in the sixth spot out of Caister Center, the Kingpin Farms, Aiken Motors Burger Barn 91 is Ryan Turner. Starting in seventh out of Port Colborne, the Gilletta Flooring Services, Hayner's Discount Tire and Auto Parts, Mike Knapp 4. Number 7 is Sean Slider. Board car number 22 in the seventh spot, rather. And going off 8th out of Caister Center, the KT Tobacco Town Line Variety Silo Wireless 97, this is Corey Turner. Starting in 9th out of Carlisle, the Nitro 54 Variety MMBO Direct Marketing, Creative Edge Science and Graphics 9, Steve Lyons. And scheduled to go 10th, Tyler Hendricks out of Pancor and the CF Industrial Vertec Contractors, GPI Energy number 38. Cars being told to go to the pit area as things getting a little bit too greasy out here on the racing surface.
Well, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do our program for tonight. We will not get the track back. We will have to reschedule this as double features in the coming weeks. So we apologize. We appreciate your patience. But unfortunately, that's going to wrap things up for us here tonight. Greg, take us home if you can, and we'll go start dealing with the fun in the pits.
All right, thank you very much, Clint. Pleasure to work with you as always. And we apologize, folks. We tried to get in as much as we could, and I'm surprised we got as much as we did in here tonight. But we appreciate you for joining us here and toughing it out in the stands. We've had a lot of rain here over the last little bit, and we thank you for staying with us here. And we want to thank those watching live at home as well. Stay tuned to OhswekenSpeedway.com for information on when the A-Main will be rescheduled for the Cool Kids Ice and Water Core Pack Sprint Cars. That information will be available on our official website. So that will wrap things up. Don't forget, next Friday night, 7:30 is the start time. The Action Sprint Tour will headline next week's events, along with the Late Model Open next Friday night, 7:30, plus Thunderstocks, Mini Stocks, and the Mini Stock Makeup event from July the 20th. 360s are off for the Knoxville Nationals. And then on the 4th and 5th, Saturday and Sunday, Action Expo takes place here at the Big O. Plenty of things going on for that. The micro sprints will be in action along with the flat track bikes, which you won't want to miss, so make sure you're here for that. And that is next Saturday and Sunday, the 4th and 5th of August. ActionExpo.com for information on that. So that will wrap things up. We'll see you back here next week. Adam Ross, Clayton Johns will have all the action for you, both here live in person and on the live stream. And on behalf of the Stiers family, all the officials and staff that make our race nights possible, and on behalf of my co-announcer tonight, Clinton Jeffrey, my name's Greg Kelman saying so long. See you right back here at the Big O.